better soon, man. Well, anyone who's on Tori's channel who's now joining us, Merry Christmas. Welcome to a YouTube creator Christmas stream. Everybody here has a channel except for Wolfie. He gets in on a pass because, he's from the Balkans. He's the poor kid we're helping out, right? He's our Christmas charity case this year.
Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
We're going to do a charity stream for you there, Wolfie. Get Wolfie an Adidas gift kit. No, you take it, but you take it and then you sell it. Of course, to the Hungarians, and then you get your money, right? That's how it works out.
Sell it. I'll give it to my dad. He likes
it.
What country are you in, Wolfie?
Slovenia.
If you were in Bulgaria, I'd ask you to go visit Dodal and take a picture for
me. Fair enough. Why?
This is a Red Dwarf skit. Bulgarians, they're very simple people.
You say that about Canadians a little too often, too, Hungar.
I wasn't going to say it about Canadians today.
Oh, you've chosen peace. You've chosen peace today, have you?
I've chose passive aggressiveness today.
That works too. That works too. Whatever gets you.
I'm not chaotic neutral today. I'm chaotic good.
Well, that's an improvement.
And yes, Tori, I heard what you're talking about DMing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have everything, set up and mapped out. And that's how you should do your YouTube. I've DM'd a lot of games, and when I first started, I'd draw out the maps and do everything. And now I just tell them, like, hey, some guy said that there's some stuff going on over here. What do you want to do? And then I just wing it.
Yep.
I think that's kind of what I ended up accidentally myself into when I started the Subnautica stream last Saturday. I was hosting Christmas, so I had a bunch of cleaning to do, and I always get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was like, I just want to play a game. And then I saw the stream button, and I was like, well, what the hey? Why don't I just try this? And it was so freeing to just not care and not worry about it. And I was like, oh, this is how it should be. As I accidented myself into it. But I definitely appreciate all of the support from people. I was at work on one of Bear's streams. It was like the second stream I was in, and I just had it on my phone in my headphone, and I was like, oh, hi, Bear. And he's like, oh, hey, it was, it was Wednesday with the Yield, what was it called?
Yield Geeks over on Yield Geeks John's channel. Yeah.
Yeah, you stopped and you called out my channel, like, everybody join T and Tori's channel. And I literally started blushing, and then right about that moment, one of my bosses comes in and he's like, is everything okay? Because I was like giggling and smiling because I was so happy that you were throwing me kudos there. So I appreciated that. But it was kind of funny. I had to like explain like, oh, I started a channel, blah, blah, blah. So
listen,
that was
that's
fun.
good, man. That's good. Listen,
now,
you're having fun. You're having fun. That's all that matters. Curtis, I'm trying to figure out where your goddamn
YouTube
channel
like
is.
Now you're doing your YouTube like that, and you're doing your.
Oh, hang on. Let me get you my link.
I got it.
Yeah.
I'm good. I found it.
Now you can do your entire life like that. That's what it really.
Oh, there's food for thought. The just living it the way we kind of want to live it, and not stressing too hard about what other people think.
I don't stress about anything. And I'm in intensive care. I'm in the ICU unit at the hospital right now. And I'm laughing. See, life's short and hard like a bodybuilding midget. You gotta have fun.
That's a good one.
That's good advice, though. It's a good thing to remember, for sure.
So Neil Gaiman, once I saw him speaking about writing, and he had this fantastic thing. He says, everybody says to me, how do you plan out your books? How do you plan out your books? And he says, I plan my books like I'm taking a trip. There's 4 or 5 sites I want to see, so I mark them down on the map. How I get to those sites, we'll find out when we get there. And that's how he writes books. And that's kind of how I think everything in life should be. You should have some ideas of what you want to do, where you want to go, and then let the events take you there. And you will have much more fun. You will have much more interesting time. If you plan everything out in meticulous detail, you'll get an ulcer. Because then when things don't go the way you want them to go, you get stressed. But if you have no expectations, how are you gonna get stressed?
It's true.
What a
It's
quick
kind of
tutorial.
No, go ahead.
Nerd,
Steve.
that's right.
I was gonna say amazes me even still, and it shouldn't amaze me because I know better, but it still amazes me how much skills that you learn as a DM and as specifically when you're trying to be a good DM is so applicable to so many other things. It's amazing how much that hobby bleeds out into so many other areas.
Now imagine how much fun you can have when you're trying to be a bad DM. That's even more fun. When you get to the point where you're comfortable enough to start going, and tonight I do nothing but fuck with my players all night long.
And tonight I try to kill you all.
And watch them lose their minds trying to outthink me when I've got no thought. It's just...
I like what a nerd says. I'm only in the hospital because all the nurses got depressed when I left the last time.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
getting the goddamn stream, nerds. I sent you the message on Discord.
There was a room. We were doing a campaign. I dropped him into the room. It was they had been in a dungeon for like 2 sessions or so. So there was kind of this air like they were in the final room. It was this great big giant room with a circular depression in the center, filled with sand, like Zen garden style, with just sand. And the whole point of the room was that there was nothing in it. And they spent the entire session just squirming in their seats because they were convinced there was some sort of boss fight or something in this room, because there normally would have been. But the whole trick was that there wasn't. So they were like trying to interact with the sand, and then like the tabaxi touched it, and they're like, "No, don't touch it!" And they were freaking out, and there was no boss fight. It was kind of fun watching them squirm.
I've often started a session with no ideas and just listen to what my players say when I do something like, there's a red door. That's all. There's a red door. And watch them go into fits over a red door as they're trying to figure out. And they're talking out loud. And you're like just going, yeah, no, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, and they just have fun with that. Trust me. Chaotic reffing is a good thing. Malachi, I'm glad I could be a bad influence on you.
I like when the people who are searching for traps wrote almost good enough, but not quite. And then, I tell them that I think there might be a trap there. You think that there is a trap there, and they spend like 5-10 minutes trying to disarm an imaginary trap.
Oh, that's terrible. I've done that with stealth
checks. Did I find
checks.
any? Roll. I got an 18. Did I find any traps? You don't find any. That's all you got to say. You don't find any.
Yep, I've done that with stealth rolls. They're like, I roll a stealth roll. I'm like, what'd you get? He's like, I got a 15. And I was like, okay. She goes, am I hidden? And I go, well, you think you are.
Exactly. From your point of view, you think you're
How the
really
hell should
well
you know
hidden.
if you are?
You feel like you could walk in the middle of sunshine and nobody would see you.
Yep.
Exactly. It's that moment in Emperor's New Groove when he's sneaking through and then he hides in front of the painting and he's like, whoa.
Yeah, the theme song.
I always think of Young Guns. We're in the spirit world.
Yeah.
Why can't they see us? We're in the spirit world.
Anybody else see the size of that chicken? I love that scene, man. It's a good scene. Buddy of mine was high as fuck, apparently. He was telling me this story one night. He was going to see his buddy. It was like middle of the night. He's got his Walkman on, and he's got his mixtape on, and he forgot that he had put Young Guns, I think, one of the tracks from Young Guns 2 on it. And he goes, it went dead, silent. He's walking up the stairs, and then suddenly he hears in his ears, "Ooh, I'll make you famous." He goes, I spun around and fell down the stairs because I thought someone was coming up behind me. I'm like, fucking buddy.
Nice.
That's good, man. That's good. You thought Billy the Kid was behind you. Well done, sir. I think you think you are absolutely, Malachi. I agree 100% on that one. So what'd you get for Christmas, Tori?
The books that I showed you, I'm trying to remember. Some like house stuff. We've only been in this house for a year, so we're still trying to get, and we both owned nothing. This is our first house, so we're still accumulating. So little stuff like that. He got a Moss Isley Cantina shirt that I'm super jealous of.
Nice.
Nerds should not marry. That's how clothes get stolen. Come on.
Well, thankfully, we're sort of two different type of nerds. He is sci-fi, and like that's his whole thing. He loves sci-fi stuff. I like one or two different sci-fi. Like I like Star Wars, but I know nothing about Star Trek and don't really care about it.
Okay, you're allowed to be wrong.
We all make poor life decisions. Is that it?
Clearly.
I'm more of a Lord of the Rings, like classic fantasy. I have a book list from my dad to go through that has like David Eddings and some more Salvatore and other things on it. So I'm more of like the fantasy type.
Nice,
So.
nice. Nerds.
Oh,
Merry Christmas! Woo!
Merry Christmas, nerds.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Shadow and Son sent me the complete dwarf splat book.
You must be happy.
AD&D second edition. I'm
Complete
so
book of
happy
dwarves.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the first D&D book I ever bought when I was a kid.
Nice.
Oh wow, nice.
Nice. Nerds, you gonna simulcast to your channel or not, lady? Come on now. Come on, nerds.
I mean, I barely have a channel.
You have a channel. And you
Curtis has
absolute
2 subscribers, me and his mom. Come on, you can do it. I'm teasing, Curtis. I'm sure you have more than 2 subscribers.
Shit, nerd.
Surprisingly, I have like 26. And I'm like, I don't even know how this happened.
You have the best video ever, nerd, where you're talking about the Hungar the Starvarian miniature.
You know, if it was anybody else, I'd be accusing them of egomaniacal behavior, but it's you, Hungar. It's just like, yep, that's Hungar. Oh, that's who it is. Are you a Leo by any chance, Hungar?
Capricorn, the best.
Because you have that Leo tendency to just go, yeah, it's a nice conversation, but let's talk about me now.
It happens.
My best friend is a Leo, and he does that. He'll be like, we're having a fantastic conversation. And go, yeah. But anyway, me. And he'll just start talking about something he wants to talk about, which is not related to the conversation at all. It's like this Leo trait. Maybe you're a Leo ascending or something. Who knows? Nerds vanished. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
She'll be back.
Maybe having technical difficulties.
See? She's already back.
Oh, see.
Oh, Curtis, you threw me that in the private chat? Yes, you did. Visit a Nerd's Nerd. Guys, I'm throwing up everybody's channel in the chat. Go subscribe to them. Come on, guys. If you aren't subscribed to Curtis and Hungar and TN Tori and Nerds Nerd, you should be. Go subscribe to their channels, please.
I'm subscribed to everybody here who has a channel. And only subscribe to me if you like chaos.
We all need a little bit of chaos in our lives sometimes. Keeps us alive.
That's better. That's better. Yeah, no, chaos is fine, man. I don't think I know any lawful people.
What do you get when you got a guy who gives like 0 Fs anymore and a couple of idiots that are on the show every time he has a live stream?
Hungar's chaotic neutral live stream.
Yeah. Which
I was about to say a police ticket.
Mage's Musing actually named that show.
Yes, he did. Hey, Mark, what's up? By the way, you may notice someone, TN Tori, bought everybody a bunch of memberships, and you got one. So welcome to the membership club there.
Nice.
So there we go. We got a Slovenian in the chat in the video, and we got a Swede in the chat. So we're doing well. We're getting internationals this morning. That's nice.
Heck yeah.
Americans and Canadians.
Yeah, we're brothers. We're like family. You know, we don't count as international. We're just like, we all look at England like, fuck you, mom.
Yeah.
Crafty.
Unless we're gaming with ADHD and they're like, did you hear about that time I went to England?
When I was in London, when I went to England, I don't say it so much. Yeah, okay, Brian, you don't say it so much. That's like Max saying he doesn't do disclaimers and then proceeds to give a disclaimer before every hot take he has. It's like,
yeah,
just accept that you do disclaimers, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Crafty.
Yeah, that's the right attitude. But Crafty, do you have a channel? Does Crafty have a channel?
No, I think he just goes on other people's channels and talk shit.
Oh, well. Sadly, he won't be able to come down and talk shit on this one today because this is for creators only. Sorry, Crafty. You guess you should have made a channel. Mm-hmm.
So, nerds, how was your Christmas?
It was good. We had a Christmas Eve dinner, some nice ham, and then this morning, kids and us opened our presents, and now we're kind of hanging out, munching on cinnamon rolls and killing time.
Did
Did
you
you get
eat
the
like a big bag
64
of?
pack Crayola?
What?
Not this year.
Did you eat a bunch of sugar plums? Because you're all like, hey, like I've never seen you this animated before. What's going on, nerds?
It's Christmas.
I am sugar high.
Damn,
knew.
Crafty, you got some cool kids.
My kids left whiskey and cured meats out for Santa. Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Wolfie should have a channel because Wolfie does have a great voice. What would you, Wolfie, if you had a channel, what would your YouTube channel be about?
Honestly, I should probably just stream some games I play on occasion. Don't really play that much anymore. I've just been working on my RPG and some stuff recently, so haven't been doing anything other than that.
It'd be kind of funny if you did like a channel like, how to play D&D in the Balkans. In regular D&D, you go to dungeon and get treasure. In Balkans, you go to market and get attacked by barbarians. Just have some fun with that, I think.
I don't need to play D&D. I can go to the market.
We don't play D&D. We live it.
In the Balkans, the D&D plays you.
Exactly.
Depends on the region.
Holy shit, we have no snow here, Mark. None. Like zero. It's gray everywhere in Canada right now for the most part. How's it down where you? Anybody else got snow yet?
Mm-mm.
Zero.
Fucking Swedes hogging all the snow again.
I didn't move.
Get
I didn't
some.
move out of Florida to not have a white Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think Wolfie should do that. Wolfie is okay. So Slavs have a lot of Viking blood in them, even if they don't want to admit it, because my people kind of went everywhere and went, have some of our blood, have some of our blood, have some of our blood, and just left it behind, right?
Yeah, rivers go far down south.
Yeah, they do.
We
You know what's
remember-
really fun? When you explain to the Russians that they're actually from Vikings and that's where Rus comes from the river. They're like, no, it's not true. No, we're Slavs. No, you're fucking Vikings. Just accept it. Your name.
Raven, of course you have snow in Colorado.
Yeah, but Colorado doesn't count because you're a mile in the air plus. Of course you have snow. You have snow in July sometimes. Come on, man.
That sounds so nice.
When I was in college in North Dakota, I got a sunbird one day in April, and then we had a blizzard with 6-foot snow drifts.
The latest I've ever seen snow in Montreal was one year we had snow on June 15th. I mean, it lasted for 2 hours and was gone. But we woke up and it was snowing, and we were like, what the fuck? And that was pretty weird.
I kind of miss those days, actually. We get snow in April and various things like that, but last year we didn't even hardly get snow until like the 24th, it was literally Christmas and it started snowing, and then this year just nothing. Just
You said you're in Montana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Isn't Montana normally like snowed in?
Supposed to be, yeah, but we haven't had a normal winter in probably 5-6 years. I mean, it's like I could walk outside in a t-shirt. It's like barely 60 out there. I think it's so warm for this time of year.
It is currently in Montreal, and I went for breakfast with my buddies wearing a hoodie. You know what I mean? It's 5 degrees, which for Americans is 41. It's really mild here today. It's insanely mild.
What's up, Big Bad RPG?
Big Bad, what's up, nerd?
It is 54. And
so Tian Tori, insert name here, wants to know what other game books did you get? TOEE aside, Temple of Elemental Evil aside, what else did you get?
Those are the only D&D books I got. Everything else I got. We got some whiskey glasses. We're big bourbon fans, and we got a container for like flour and sugar because my husband does a lot of baking. Oh my gosh, I can't even think. I'm drawing a complete blank. I can't even remember, and half of it's sitting on the table over there. Oh,
nice.
Yep, just stuff.
Nerds, what'd you get for Christmas?
I got a smoker, so pretty excited about that. Gonna start smoking meats all the time.
Nice.
Got some cool jammies and the Robux or Alpha Strike.
Oh, wow. Nice. Curtis, what'd you get for Christmas?
So far, I've gotten 12 pairs of black socks, which is exactly what I wanted.
Oh, that's so nice.
I love new socks.
I mean,
Curtis?
don't underestimate good socks.
No,
When I
seriously,
was
but at the same
younger-
time, when the Slovenian's going, oh, nice gift, that's a bad gift, man, because their gifts are all based around survival.
I also got a video game from a friend, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
When I was younger, I only wore socks once. Because I just like the way that brand new socks felt on my feet. So I'd wear the socks, wash them, and then give them to my brother.
Adino wants to know what brand of smoker, nerds.
It is a Traeger.
Oh,
Nice.
so nice.
Top of
I'm
the
jealous.
line.
I have no idea. What's a trigger?
They make Traegers and then they make smokers. And if you're lucky, you get a Traeger.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's a brand of wood pellet smoker, and they usually have a lot of really nice features on them. Like we have one. Well, actually, it's a pit boss at work, but he actually has an app that he can like watch the temperature on it and like walk away from it, but still be able to see what temperature it is. It's super nice.
Interesting.
Some of them do, yeah.
I don't have a
Traegers are
backyard.
nice.
I can't do no smoking. Sadly, I'd be out on the sidewalk in front of the apartment building to the neighbors and be like, and I live in a mostly like Muslim neighborhood, so they'd just be walking by looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with the white guy?
That would be smoking
Kind of fun, actually.
butt.
What's that, Hunger?
Smoking a pork butt.
Yeah, exactly. Haram, haram. You know, like really drive the point home. That would be good. That would be, yeah. No, I'm more of a get along kind of person when it comes to my neighbors. I don't try and antagonize them.
I get along with everybody.
Oh yeah, you get along with everybody, but that's you. It's like your superpower.
It's like that song in Team America World Police.
Oh boy.
Everyone has AIDS. The whites and the black, the gays and the straights, and the whites and the spades. That's what I get along with. Everybody.
It's my fault. I brought him in.
Big Bad, I am in Tennessee still. Chilling in the ICU.
Oh, Robert Bell, you're hilarious. That joke that's a dad joke. You must have kids. That's a dad joke if I ever saw one. I've never been a big fan of smoking. My dad was a smoker and I was asthmatic. Ba-dum-bum. Tien dang. All right, something Tien said made dang happen. So that's awesome. What happened to Hungar? He owed me money. And well, you know.
Don't fuck with bear, man. Don't poke the bear.
Listen, I'm a nice guy, but if you owe me money, we're gonna have a conversation. I'm watching you.
He was like Brian on Family or Stewie on Family Guy to Brian.
Hey, you got my $5, man?
Give me my money.
You got money for fake mustaches? Yeah, exactly. There you go. I fear no brisket. Even mediocre brisket is reasonably tasty, and messing it up just means I get to make more brisket. There you go. That's the spirit.
Nighthawk, you have the best outlook.
Hells yeah, nerd. Look at that. Everyone's having a grand old time talking about brisket. I actually had smoked meat for breakfast. That was my sandwich at the cafe. Was a smoked meat sandwich. It was quite nice.
You either like brisket or you're wrong.
Well, yeah. That's fair. Hungar is recovering from some overenthusiastic Slanesh worship. There you go. There you go. What are those?
Yeah,
what
that's
are
just
those
the other guy.
No. What are those D&D monsters called? The ones that are like kind of alien ripoffs? Is it Slan?
The Slod?
Slod. That's it. Slod. There you go. Yeah. Hungar was
Okay.
doing a Slod surrogate mother program, and they finally had to take them out. So that's why he's in the hospital. And we get those Slod out before they popped out, right?
Yeah.
He and Hungar had an argument about Critical Role. Hungar lost. Listen, when Critical Role's involved, everybody loses, okay? Let's just put it evenly straight across the board. Oh, Tori, are you a critter? Have I just offended you on some level?
I haven't really watched the show. I don't have anything like against it, but I don't like actively watch it. The only show I actually follow is Ack Inc. with Perkins and Crawford and Hulkins and all those guys.
Acquisitions Inc.?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Acquisitions Inc. And then, what's his name left?
Perkins left, yeah.
No, the dwarf. The guy played the dwarf.
Oh, Scott Kurtz. Yeah,
he left.
he
I
did
was
leave.
like, okay, this is going. I'll stick with it. And then Perkins stopped being their DM, and I really stopped enjoying the show after that. And then I heard Jim Dark Magic left too, and I'm like, okay, Jim Dark Magic left. There's no reason.
No,
to the show.
he had like a couple of shows that he wasn't in, but he didn't like leave. Like he's back in later shows. I think there was just scheduling conflicts for some of the live events. Perkins came back as of series 2. But when and I kind of hear you, when Perkins left the first time, I only watched a couple of the Crawford shows just out of sheer let's see what this does. I still prefer Perkins's DMing, but I kind of eventually the Crawford DMing sort of grew on me a little bit. So I have on my I've created a playlist of all the acting from the original podcast, but separated into sort of eras. And I separated out all the Crawford episodes into their own era. Yeah, because then Kurtz left and they did all through, and that was when Tomb of Horrors came out.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott left, and then they did one with Cathris, and then they did about 2 more, and then they did Tomb of Horrors, and then that's when Perkins left, and then they did and then on series 2 he came back, which was super awesome to see.
Yeah, I didn't care for Perkins' GMing style, but I absolutely loved the way Jim Dark Magic would fuck with them. And then there was, of course, the Patrick Rufus bullshit. I mean, there's
Pat Rufus. Yep.
Nothing is better than Pat Rufus bullshit. Have you ever seen this, Hungar?
No. I don't watch Critical Role, but I do like Legend of Vox.
So Acquisitions Inc. is another live play that they were running through the WotC gang and some like not Ready Player. What was that fucking channel?
Penny
Arcade and stuff like that, where they were all playing together, and they got this one guy to play who had never played D&D before, so his character is Jim Dark Magic of the New Hampshire Dark Magic. So he's like this fucking stage magician wizard, and he's fucking hilarious.
That's
awesome. Hilarious. But then they got Pat Ralphus playing the writer, and Pat Ralphus will just go, "Is there a way that I could do this, and this?" And he'll string together like 6 crazy ideas, and Chris Perkins always go, "Yeah, I'll outroll." Yeah. So they just started referring to Pat Ralphus bullshit. They're just like, what Pat Ralphus bullshit is he going to do tonight? You know, and it was fun to watch because they weren't taking themselves seriously. They were having a good time, and that's what made it fun to watch, right? Unlike Critical Role, where I always feel like I'm watching them audition for something, and I'm like, fuck off.
I watched a couple of episodes of Crit Role because it was one of those like, okay, let's see what all the hullabaloo is about. And I don't know, they were taking themselves too seriously, and I just prefer Acking because Perkins's DMing style is actually kind of a little more reminiscent of my DMing style, or at least I find beats and tendencies that are like that's similar to, namely in like the NPCs. He comes up with these wild NPCs, and my NPCs tend to be pretty ridiculous sometimes. And yeah, we're not there to take ourselves seriously, so I prefer that show because it's a reminder of like we're here to have a good time. We're people at a table playing the game. It's not a performance.
Yeah, I don't hate Critical Role. I don't, it's just I tried to watch it and I was like, it seemed fake. So then my ex-wife, she's like, you got to watch Legend of Vox Machina. It's great. It's by the people who do Critical Role. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch it because I didn't enjoy Critical Role. She's like, you will like it. Trust me. So I watched the first season. And I was like, this is freaking comedic gold.
Yeah, I could see you being a big fan of Scanlan, to be honest.
Percy.
Oh, really? Percy's your one. I like the twins. Like I really like the twins. Like they are worth like that. I don't care for the cartoon overall. Like at the end of the day, it's like whatever. But I mean, what's her name? Not Laura. The one that does the Vex or Vax or whatever her name is. The Ranger. What the fuck is that actress's name?
I don't know.
Anyway, she's amazing. Like that's Travis Williams' wife, and her voice is amazing. Her skill as an actress is everyone else on that show, from Matt Mercer right down to them. I hear them in a cartoon and I go, oh, it's Travis Williams. Oh, it's Matt Mercer. Oh, and then I find out later that was her. Oh, wow. Like she's Laura Bailey. She is a fucking chameleon with her voice. She's so good. Like she blows me away. The rest of them, whatever. You know, most voice actors are going to sound like themselves. So you get those rare few who can do a bunch of different voices. She's one of them. She's like amazingly talented. Hey, Janet from another planet. You going to join us at some point today, Janet, or are you just hiding out there in Sasquatch land? What's your plan, Janet?
Damn it, Janet.
Damn it, Janet. And we won't go any further than that because it'll get creepy. Laura Bailey. There we go. We know it was Laura Bailey.
Who was it?
I don't know. Laura Bailey's Irish Cream. I don't know. I'm lost at this point in time. Yeah, with CRU.
I never understood.
It's a bit much. Sorry, go ahead, nerds.
I never understood how heated people get over Critical Role. Like, it's not the good show for us. It's reality TV for D&D. If you don't like it, why don't you watch something else? Like, people get heated, like ready to throw hands over it.
Well, and the worst part is the critters are so overly defensive of it that if you say anything like, I don't like it, I don't care for it, or in my case, I talk shit about the guy who plays Scanlan. I'm saying, like, this guy annoys the fuck out of me, and if I knew him in real life, I'd want to slap him. Holy fuck, man. They, like, ratioed me into oblivion, and they just hate comments from all the critters. It was like, holy Jesus, apparently we're not allowed to have opinions.
Hi, Janet.
I can stop in. All right, Janet, you can stop in. Do I have you on Discord, Janet? No.
I'll go ahead and I hate to leave you guys, but I have some other stuff that I was gonna do. But at least I got to pop in and say hi for a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and bounce now.
Listen,
and get off. Day as planned.
The whole point is people can jump in and jump out as they see fit. So there you go. Thank you for stopping by. It was a pleasure seeing you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Great.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye.
All right, Janet, you can use that link. And if you want to stream, it would be good if you simulcast. It's up to you, your choice. We can get all those X people in again. I don't know. So there we go. As Crafty says, they've dished out death threats to YouTubers who reviewed Critical Role products badly. Like, they're creepy. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Having been on the receiving end of some critter hate in my time, it's like, they're kind of culty.
Indestructo Boy, he got he did a review of their game, of the game that Mercy
Candle Obscura.
Yeah, and he was all like, please don't send me death threats. And it's like, wow.
Now I'm curious if they did or not.
I don't care.
You know what? Couldn't happen to a nicer fellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when your whole gag is, I'm going to make a channel disappear. Like, okay, why are you picking shit with people, man? Like, why you got to do that? That's just silly. You know, just let it go.
Because his high horse is 50 feet tall.
Again, the jokes I could make that I won't, because I'm going to choose peace today because it's Christmas.
Okay, that's fair.
Spirit of Christmas.
Spirit of Christmas. Well, I have to, because I don't know if you guys know or not, but I am the spirit of Christmas, right? I'm the spirit of Christmas present. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that I'm the spirit of Christmas present? Did you know that I am the spirit of Christmas present? I will prove it to you. And if you don't believe me, you're going to know in a second that I am the spirit of Christmas present. How you like them apples?
I didn't know you were that old, Bear.
Apparently I am. Apparently I was in the 1938 Christmas Carol as the spirit of Christmas present.
The resemblance is a bit uncanny.
It's disturbing. A friend sent that to me like 5-6 years ago when my beard Carol had color in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You make this in Photoshop? He's like, no, the wife and I were watching this movie and we saw you in it and we freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Raven, the internet fandom is crazy. You should see my fans.
Oh, your fans are... Well, I'm one of them, so I guess that's
fanatics,
up, right?
Fanaticals.
Fanatic Titanic. There you go. There you go. So, come on, talk. Otherwise, Hungar's just going to go off and start taking over the stream again. All right, yeah. Everyone say nothing until Nerd talks. Let's see how long the silence lasts.
Here I go. Here I go. Here I go.
See, Hungar cannot do silence.
Yes, man.
I've never lost that challenge.
Hungar is the world's largest 6-year-old. It's amazing.
Hungar fans make 3D prints of him in 76mm. That's right.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and one of them is in this chat right now who created the print. Nerd.
A nerd's nerd is the coolest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I tell myself that every day.
Well, I say that every day I have a stream. So yeah.
Nerds, you're exactly the kind. Mana, only people with channels, buddy. Sorry, man. Only people with channels, Mana Ray. You got to have a channel up, so you got to throw the link into me, and we'll see what's going on. But otherwise, no. It's creators only today, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. That's the rule today. It's a
We planned this out last week.
Exactly. This is something we've been planning. This is our big moment in the sun to show how incompetent and untalented we all are at the same time.
None of us are as dumb as all of us.
Oh, there is nothing stupider than all of us together. That's a whole other level of retarded.
Yeah, I remember that stream we had the other night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I had almost blocked it out.
The dildo of what was it? Karma shows up unlubed.
Jesus Christ. So what? I was bored the other night, so I just threw on a stream after I did my fail of a ghost video on the other channel because Nuke's Top 5 let me down. And I was just hanging out with people, and man, Crafty Matt showed up drunk as a skunk, and he started telling us stories about hunting for porn as a child, and it was insane. It was pure raw. It was funny, like we were laughing our asses off, but it was raw insanity. It's up on my channel. You can go. You got 7 hours to kill. That'll do it for you. Yeah, nothing personal, man, and nothing. Merry Christmas to you too, sir. Merry Christmas to you too. Wolfie's it's the No Homers Club. Wolfie's the one homer who's allowed in right now.
And if somebody with the show wants to pop on, we have to boot Wolfie.
Nothing personal, Wolfie, but we're going to treat you like the Balkans.
Yeah, of course. Natural.
Restart your computer, Janet, from another planet. I love Janet.
Go ahead and restart your computer.
I love you.
Damn it, Janet.
I'm gonna have to make room anyways. I have to eat something and go to sleep a bit early.
Rocky.
You guys have fun. Merry Christmas to you all. And
are you leaving, Wolfie?
Yeah.
You ass.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
It's good to see you, buddy.
What are you eating tonight?
Probably something that's already cold. I'll have to see. Rice?
Nice.
Probably rice.
Probably rice.
That's such an order of nerdity.
So,
that
Wolfie,
is a great name.
Am I holding a seat for you at the Heroic Roleplay in the new year, sir?
Yeah. That sounds quite nice.
All right, man. You got to see.
What day are you going to run that, Bear?
Don't know yet. Don't know, but Coco, Curtis, and Wolfie and Jason get first shots because they had superhero games with me or had other games with me that got put on hold, so they get the first choice to be in the games. That's just only right.
Anyways, have fun, guys. Hunger, get better. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Wolfie.
The Esoteric Order of Nerdity. Hi, man.
That is a great name, isn't it?
Hell of a name. Yeah, I got to say, that's a hell of a name. Carver was halfway through watching that stream when I saw the time to start this one. Jesus, buddy. Carver, I'm so sorry for the mental health damage I've done to you.
Mark, you have a good day. Merry Christmas to you, buddy.
Mark, take care, buddy. My best to the wife and the kid, and you stay healthy, please, and don't get 15 more colds this year. It would make me really happy, Mark. Please, don't die. I need you. You're amazing. Don't die.
No dying allowed.
No dying. I'm putting a moratorium on death for 2024. All of you have to do that. Crom be with you, Hunger. There we go. Well. So, yeah, here we are. I guess I should let some spicy people in because at least the conversation happens when they get all spicy, right? Like, geez, we're just all like,
Did you know you could use raw garlic rubbed on your finger to pick up egg yolk?
You put garlic under your fingers.
Raw garlic. You get a bowl, and you take the peeling off of it, and you
Yeah.
rub your fingers on raw garlic, and you can pick up an egg yolk right out of the white and just like do.
Really?
Yeah.
Citation needed. There's now a bunch of people fucking up their eggs right now with garlic, going, "Why would it work? What the hell? Hungarless led me." That's cool.
My grandfather is like 98 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And we were sitting talking one day, and he's like, "I'm going to live to 100." And I was like, "That is awesome. If you do, when they put you on the news and ask you what your secret is, will you tell everybody you ate a pine cone every day?"
What?
And he said that he would.
That's hilarious. Oh shit, I love that. That's
I want to see a bunch of
genius.
these weirdos eating pine cones.
That is fucking brilliant. That is good, man. That would be hilarious. It really sucks that the Chuck Dixon Conan RPG license fell through. I didn't even know there was a Chuck Dixon Conan RPG license.
Yeah, he was working on Conan ACK type game, and the bunch of bullshit.
So I wonder what happened.
They pulled his licensing.
But why? Like, I wonder why they pulled the licensing.
I do not
There's
know.
usually a reason, right?
I do not know all the deeds.
Well, didn't Chuck Dixon piss off a lot of people recently? Didn't he take like the anti-woke stance and get into like a lot of like cancel culture against him because he was like, "Fuck you, you fucking weirdos"?
Kind of,
No?
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
That's
I would
a good
hop
question,
on, but
Rick.
Robert, you have a channel? I didn't know you had a channel, Robert.
Raven just asked a good question there, Bear.
What's the population density of superpowered humans in the heroic universe? Is there a superhero team in every town? No. I have created probably for the Zenith universe somewhere in the area of about 400 to 500 superheroes globally. But there's always room for more, right? There's always room for more of those types of things. So your population density is very low for superpowered people. That's people with actual powers. That doesn't count people who have cybernetics or have been, are super spies or stuff like that. But I'd say 1980X, the population of the world somewhere around 5 billion, and there's only about 500 to 1,000 globally. So I suck at math. So what would that be? Anybody good at math? 1,000 into 5 billion? Okay, really.
You just have to drop some zeros, right? It's 1,000. You just drop 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be 500 million to 1. So, or something like that, or 50,000 to 1. I don't know.
0.0002%.
5 billion divided by 1,000 is 5 million.
Right.
So 1 in 5 million.
So 1 in 5 million. So yeah, it's not a huge population density that you're going to see, Raven.
Did you learn that in WWNAM? No.
Chuck Dixon referenced stories that are not in the public domain. The license holder is now going after Chuck Dixon. So he tied. That's what happened. There we go. Okay, and Raven said that as well. Okay, so now we understand. Okay. Now we have our answer as to why Chuck Dixon doesn't have his Conan shit going on anymore. And then someone said Alexander McChrist was supposed to be doing it. Was he designing the game for him? Is that what happened?
You know,
I don't know.
I'm going bounce for a little bit.
Yeah, dude, you rest up, man.
I'm feeling tired.
You're going to miss Janet when she gets back,
I'll see Janet later.
The river was deep, but I swam it, Janet. The future is ours, so let's plan it, Janet. There you go, man.
Janet, Brad, Rocky.
Dr. Scott, Brad, Janet, Rocky, Dr. Scott. Yeah, exactly. You have yourself a good afternoon. Come back when you're feeling up for it.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Have yourself a hungar little Christmas. Ah, Jesus Christ. Giant heads. Well, like one superpower. Well, no, but it's not. It's no, sorry. And yeah, technically that would be the distribution, but you're obviously going to have clusters of heroes and villains in areas. Like Montana might have one. You know what I mean? Whereas upstate, or New York City might have 20, 30. It's all going to be based on stuff like that. So it's good. He was always going to use Adventure Conquer King 2E. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I knew nothing about this, and now I know something about this. Hungar left, and we lost viewers right away. Look at that. We're like, Hungar's gone. I'm out. Bug this place. Screw them. Nerds.
Yes?
Do you like Conan?
No. I am aware of Conan. I have enjoyed the film.
I'm sorry. You're aware of who? Stop saying Conan, Americans. It's Conan. Swear to God, I was watching the Jason Momoa film and everybody kept calling him Conan. And I'm like, who the fuck is Conan? And then my buddy's like, this movie sucks, but we could accept it because it's not a Conan movie. It's a movie about some guy named Conan. So we're okay, That'd be like if you guys went and saw a Spider-Man movie and started referring to him as Spider-Man. That's Peter Spider-Man. He works down at the law offices of Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Get 'em. So there you go. 1 in 5 million is a good ratio. Yeah, I mean, let's what's the population of the U.S.? 400 million?
Currently 360 million.
All right, let's say 400 million just to make my life easier. And we divide that by 5. What do we get? Yes, Hungar, I am the word police, and I will happily be the word police. Thank you.
Hang on, you said 300. You said 400 million divided by what?
5.
5 million?
No, just 5.
Just 5? 80 million.
80 million?
400 million divided by 5 is 80 million, yeah.
Now drop the zeros. For some reason, you went from 1 in 5 million to 1 in 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're asking for.
Ow! Okay. Buddy, with the claws today.
Okay, so...
The number you're looking for is 80. There would be 80 superheroes in the U.S.
So clearly that's not an even distribution, right? Like that's the whole point. So, there you go. Welcome back, Janet. You still got the link or do you need it again? Yes, thank you, Crafty. Conan. I swear to God, it drives me up the wall. Conan. Ugh. And Ron Perlman should have known better. I'm a big fan of
Chinnin the Bobbinin.
The Marvel ratio is much higher because they have thousands of characters, right? So, I mean, that's the difference in the Marvel ratio. The Marvel universe is lousy with superheroes. DC, too. Like, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a costumed freak. And that could be your superpower identity, dead cat swinger. So there you go. 'Tis what it is.
Wouldn't surprise me if it was, to be honest.
Yeah, can I reserve that for the heroic play?
I'm sorry, what was that, nerds?
Can I reserve Dead Cat Swinger for the heroic play?
You can do whatever you want for your own personal private heroic play that you want to do and play goofy shit with. You're more than welcome to. Have a grand old time with that, my dear. How you doing, Janet? You're muted, Janet. We can't hear you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm good. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh, we're getting an echo back from you, Janet. Careful.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. We'll get you there. Don't worry. So what's on the plate for Janet for Christmas?
Got a ham in the oven warming up because they're already pre-cooked. So he's supposed to heat them up and and then I'll make all the sides, and they're not supposed to be here till like 2:33.
And who's all coming?
And nephew,
Mm-hmm.
and there are 3 little ones. It's gonna be fun. And I already have my daughter here, so
Nice. Nerds doing the big family thing as well today.
so it'll be fun.
Curtis, is anybody with you today, or are you by yourself for Christmas? You're muted.
I was with my mother's side of the family this morning, but I've gone back to my place, so yeah, I'm pretty much alone for today.
There you go. Little one's gonna chase chickens. Baron, you're not helping. You're not helping, G-Rock. You're not helping. We're not doing another goddamn chicken podcast today, sir. That's just not happening.
Oh, yeah, it's Turkey Day, right?
It's Turkey Day, Garbage Day. There you go.
Turkey and Ham Day.
Nobody gets the Garbage Day joke?
What about spam?
Spam's delicious.
I like spam.
Spam is absolutely
some
delicious. Oh, I forgot to mention, everybody, by the way, something I wanted to mention earlier and had completely forgotten to because, well, Hungar showed up. So that's always going to be the distraction for me, that I'm going to just pay attention to that crazy old man. But hang on, I got to swap out my mouse battery because one just died, and that's okay because my work one's right here. So I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to show you guys all something that makes me happy.
Is it legal?
Wow. What did you think it was? Janet. I don't think, Janet, I'm a little shocked. Janet, you seem like such a nice, fine young lady who's only ever seen 3 porn in her life. You know, the one with the guy with the eye patch?
Yeah, that's right.
Still the funniest thing I think
His
said on
nickname
the
was Deadeye, but I won't talk about it today.
don't want to know. Hey guys, look at this. We're at 197 of 200. If we get 3 more people saying that they want to follow this project, Backer Kit will treat it as a serious endeavor that we can undergo. So wow. Thank you everybody who's signed up with multiple email accounts, nerds.
Where is the link?
Throwing it in the chat right now, Janet.
Because I'll go.
You can grab it from there.
And I'll share it. Is it okay if I share it on?
Absolutely. So the goal, when we do hit Backer Kit in February, the goal is to raise $5,000 for the project. The game's already written, so the money that we're raising is for 3 things: paying the writing team, paying the layout team, and paying the artist. That's what it's all there for.
I'm going to share it.
So there'll be no fear of anyone who backs it not getting the game. You'll get the game, just your support will help make it pretty. So please. All right, that seems like a very good superheroic ratio. Enough room for heroes to be extremely special, but numerous enough for them to each deal with each other at some point, and also for newcomers coming in. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the Zenith universe is going to be presented to you, and you guys can do what you want with it. Did she find it in a forest? Oh my God, Crafty, shut up. Just shut up, Crafty. In a box. Oh my God. No, Crafty, no. And no, we're not doing yogurt jokes today either. Thank you. Move along. Thank you. So, Janet, what'd you get for Christmas?
Well, one thing I got was these. They're heated socks. They're plugged in right now, so I can't do it. I can't use them because I do a lot of stuff outside. Because I'm not going to talk about, but they use a coop and they lay eggs every day.
Yeah, those would be chickens. We're aware.
Yeah. I know, but you said not to mention those.
No. I didn't say you couldn't mention them. I said let's just not turn it into another "What Kind of Chickens We Have" podcast.
Well, I have rubber boots and my feet get cold, so so someone was nice enough to get me some warm socks with batteries.
So how many chickens do you have in total? Like, what's your number?
I have 12.
12. Okay, so that's not so bad. The stink isn't so bad.
It's backyard chickens.
Where I grew up, they had chicken farms, and my Jesus Lord in heaven, was that a stink. Like, chickens are not a pleasant smelling creature. Let's just put it that way.
No, you got to keep them clean. They're coops.
Yeah, well, when they've got thousands, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. You can do that when you have just a couple.
Well, yeah, exactly. So do you have fresh eggs every morning for breakfast?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't
eat them every day for breakfast. Sometimes I'll just eat a boiled egg, or or make egg salad sandwiches. But I'm always asked to bring deviled eggs, for dinners and things like that. So, and I give a lot of eggs away.
when I was a kid, I used to find it so strange that we'd go to a church function and someone would bring deviled eggs, and just as a kid, I'd be like, "What? That doesn't make
They're
sense.
good though.
They're delicious, but why are they in the church? It makes no sense. Why are you bringing the devil's eggs here?"
Oh, devil's eggs. Okay.
Called deviled eggs, right? But I was like 10, so for me, it's
Well,
like
I know, but I still didn't connect it because I don't know.
I think that's the problem. I think most people don't connect it, and I'm just fucking autistic, and that's what that is.
Yeah.
So there we go. There we go.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So what else did you get other than socks?
I got some earphones, some Bluetooth earphones, but they go into your ear and they stay in, almost like the little Bose sleeping ones, so I can work out and not be dropping them all the time.
Nice.
And I'm trying to think if I got anything else. I think that's it. And a couple cards and a picture of my dad. My sister sent me a nice picture of my dad. It made me cry because it's so much work for her to have to get him in and out of the car and take him to a professional place because he hurt his leg and he has a real bad atrophied leg. So she has to help him.
Okay. Well, that's sweet.
It was sweet of her.
Well, people, we hit 200. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. Keep going. Make that number go up just so that way they think it's an even better project. But yay, we're at 200. Yay. Thank you so much.
I shared it on my ex. I got almost 7,800 or something like that followers.
Wow. That's quite the
I wonder if I could share the link on my other channels, like
share it wherever you want. You can go look, you want to print it up and hand it out to people on the street. You do that. That's
TikTok.
you, man.
I got TikTok and Rumble.
I can't do the TikTok, man.
Well, that's where I started, because I made my very first video and I sent it to my friends, and I was on an elliptical and I was looking at the camera and I was looking at my lithographs of Wolverine because I love Wolverine, and I was like, "I'm coming for you, Wolverine. I've been on a dry spell so long, I'm gonna tear your ass up." Like that. And I sent it to my friends and they just thought it was hilarious. They said, "You need to start a TikTok." So that's why I started. That's what I started doing for fun.
That is disturbing.
Well, that's what I do. Most of my stuff's shorts, but it's fun. I do it all for fun. So I'm not monetizing anything yet. So
well, there you go.
Just for fun.
Well, thank you, everybody that got me up to the 200, and let's see where it goes from there. Matt says, of all the gifts I got, the one my oldest daughter got me is really awesome. She commissioned her friend to recreate a portrait of my Baldur's Gate 3 PC. Is he with a bear? Is he having sex? Is he seducing a bear? What's going on with that picture, Crafty? I mean, it's you. It can't just be a normal picture, Crafty. What's this? What's the hook, Crafty? Come on. What's the hook?
That meme will never die at this point. Every time someone mentions Baldur's Gate 3, that meme is always going to show. Oh, did you fuck a bear?
Well, dude, whenever I'm on John's Ye Old Geeks channel, he has one of his codes in it is exclamation bear, and it says, "Did you enjoy my cameo in Baldur's Gate 3?"
Perfect.
And then that turned into everybody making the joke that I need to start a new channel called Only Bears, which they don't understand probably already exists.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I can Google it and see.
No, well, that's your Google, not mine. My buddy told me this morning. He said he explained to his Italian mother, who doesn't speak English, the my bipolar bear experience with usernames on the internet, and she apparently was howling with laughter that she thought it was funny. So what happened was Janet, I'm a big fan of the character Bipolar Bear from The Tick, whose entire thing is, oh, there's trouble afoot, but sometimes I just can't get out of bed. The idea of this bipolar superhero. So I went on to a forum, I signed up and pick a name, and my brain went, oh, I'll be Bipolar Bear. So I put bi-polar bear, Bipolar Bear. Apparently people are reading that as Bipolar Bear. So I got a lot of pictures I never wanted to see in my DMs on that.
I can imagine from both sexes.
No, it was all penis. It was all
penis.
There wasn't. I listen. If there had been one set of tits to balance it out, I would have been like, all right, it was worth it. But no,
well, that's one thing I've always been curious, and it's I got a couple guys on here I can ask. Why is it that when guys are always wanting to have threesomes, but when the girl asks, well, let's bring another guy in, the guys always say no.
It's a competition thing.
Yeah,
I know, but why is it okay for the women have to share a woman, but the guys don't want to do the opposite? I just don't think it's fair.
So let me ask you a different question, Janet. If you were to poll and survey women on whether they think two men together is hot or not, and you poll and survey men on whether two women together is hot or not, you will see a very different number on the yes, it's hot. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I know a lot of women who are like, ew, two men together, that's gross, you know. So it's like, okay, so there you go. It's a nice painting, man. That's awesome. That's a really great present. That's really cool, dude. It's nice crafty, and you kept it wholesome, dude. You're getting better. But I would never have a threesome. My Jesus Christ, I can barely pay attention to one woman. I couldn't imagine two in the
That
bed.
was my thought, and people called me freaking stupid.
Like, these guys are like really overestimating their abilities, I think, at this point in time. It's like, son, you can't make one woman happy. How you gonna make two happy, you know? A friend of mine had that. He had a threesome. I said, how'd it go? He goes, at one point in time, I just went and had a cigarette while they just kept themselves amused. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, yeah. Most of my friends are guys, and they're always talking about, you know, how they're the best thing ever.
Like, guys?
Yeah, the guys are always like, you know, they're always talking themselves up, you know, talking smack about themselves. And I'm like, well, I hope I never meet the girls that you supposedly conquered.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to ask them, since, you know, the guys are my friends, you know, I'm going to ask them, how was it? And they'll say, oh, it was this big. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, I don't think anybody should brag about themselves. I think that it should be private. Yeah.
Jesus, Malachi. That's dark.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at in the chat a while ago.
And then Robert Bell's like, "Ever seen Jack Reacher?" This conversation is uncomfortable. Let's talk about a different thing.
Okay.
That reminds me of being new to the internet and seeing how many people were also into British TV, but I also said I was into BBC. Oh, fuck. That's funny. You guys don't know what BBC means in the dark side of the internet?
I don't want to know. But I'm going to know.
What does it mean? Can you put it in the private chat?
No, it just means big black cock. That's all that means.
Too much information. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
I did ask, though.
You did ask.
I deserve it. But yeah, it's just weird. All that stuff's weird. But I don't know how people deal with all these apps, these dating apps and stuff. That's a lot of... I don't no. I got a lot of friends that do it, and I'm like,
it's mostly
you guys are
desperation.
crazy. It's too dangerous.
I spent some time on the international dating web pages for a while, meeting women from other countries, and the thing I learned was this: is that okay? So for every 100 people who message me, 90 are a scam, or want me to go to their OnlyFans or go to their ChatterBait page or whatever it is, you know, whatever. Of the 10% that are left, 90% of them just want to get out of their country and they're looking for a doorway into the first world or something like that. So, and then of the 10% that's left of that, you know, those 10 women, so of those, one of them is a serious human being who isn't just a complete fucking train wreck. You know what I mean? Like, it was really weird. But as a result of that, I've met women from all over the world, made some really good friends. You know, I've got friends in Romania, Colombia, the Philippines, Russia, the Ukraine. You know, it's really nice. It's really kind of cool. And one of the things that's really refreshing about it is when you start talking to women from other countries as a white heterosexual man in his 50s in North America, you realize that you still have value because you're not immediately dismissed for not being a young buck, you know, a young stud. You're actually like you're a man, and they appreciate that about you. You know? Sorry, was that?
More serious.
Yeah. Whereas, you know,
settle down.
Well, and they're also
women that I talk to that are 30 are like, I'm just sick of the players. You know, I just
well, that's the thing, right? And these women,
a real relationship, not just okay, let's go. How many times can we sleep together? You know.
Well, and they want a man who spends less time on his hair than they do. You know what I mean? Like, let's just,
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Now, I got them covered on that front. You know, like spend no time on my hair, so I'm good to go. The last thing you need is knowing mom knows what BBC is. That's but no, that's the thing, right? It's just we are so into a weird place right now in the dating world, and my best friend's son is in his 20s, and I just feel bad for the kid because he's having a miserable time, and it's just like, yeah, man, it's not like the old days, son. It's changed. The world is a very different place in Western culture, and I don't envy young men's lot in it because all men get painted with the same brush now. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a good guy or a bad guy. You know, you're going to be treated like shit automatically as the default stance, and that's not good. That's wearing on the psyche of a lot of people, and it leads to weird things like Andrew Tate worship. And you know, Andrew Tate is a fucking twat of the highest order. You know. Hello, American Bob. I'm assuming you're from Janet's World since your opening was Merry Christmas, Janet. So Merry Christmas, Janet from American Bob.
Hi, Bob. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, he's one of my friends.
This is a nerd channel where we talk about geeky shit. So you might not like it if you're here for Janet's regular.
No, I talk about my comic books, my cosplay, all that kind of stuff.
What do you cosplay as? What are your cosplay choices?
I've done. I love Star Trek, the original Star Trek, but I like I've been an Andorian, I've been a Romulan, I've been a Vulcan, I've just been a regular Trekkie, or a person or whatever. I've dressed as Trinity. I've been Magenta. I've been Janet. I don't know. I've been a whole bunch of different characters.
Magenta, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did Rocky Horror Picture Show. I told you I do that a lot.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, I know. I just cosplaying as Magenta. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I have a video from my last Comic-Con. I was a Andorian. I got to meet Christopher Lloyd and William Shatner, and I got my Federation of Planets manual autographed by them. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun. And then the following weekend, I went to Rocky Horror Picture Show as Magenta this time because I'm always Janet. Everybody wants me to go as Janet. I was like, oh, of course. Boring. So I want to do something different.
Sadly, I was always a Columbia guy. That was the thing for me with Rocky Horror. I was Little Nell was just to me,
Yeah, I've been Columbia too a couple of times. Years ago.
You don't have the hair for Columbia. Come on, your hair's too long.
Wigs. I got over 50
women
wigs.
in your wigs ruining the world. I swear to God.
Blonde, brunette, redhead, short hair, long hair. I mean everything. Yeah. I get so many compliments of blondes. It's like men all want blondes. It's just the way it is.
Actually, that's a lie. I like blondes. I won't lie.
Well, I mean, that's the videos that I get the most views on are all the blondes, blonde wigs,
Fair.
Blonde.
Wigs will save your marriage, says Bruce. Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce. Good morning.
I hear the hounds at the door, Curtis, the ones that always turn these streams into a nightmare for me. Look at them. They're sniffing around the door. RBG Grandma will be here soon, too.
No.
That fucks Cody and Brian when I need them. Yeah,
we need some lawful good in this.
We really do. Like, my goodness, this gets a little too into the chaotic sometimes, right? Well, what's your comics you like, Janet?
Well, my favorite comic book series of all time is called The Midnight Suns. Have you ever read it?
I know the
Midnight Suns. I love the dark arts. I love Doctor Strange. I love Morbius. He's one of my favorite anti-heroes. And then I love Ghost Rider, and they're all in the Midnight Suns, which I love. And then Hellstrom. But
Damian Hellstrom, the son of Satan.
Wolverine. I love Wolverine and I love Deadpool. And I've got a lot of Deadpool comic and cable.
What you're telling me is you don't like superheroes.
Well,
you like anti-heroes.
There's a series called The Boys. Have you ever read that?
I hate that comic.
Oh,
so let me explain why, Janet.
I love the show.
Let me explain why. I love the show. I think the show is amazing.
Yes,
but that's
it is.
Because the show actually respects superheroes while pointing out their insanity. The Boys comic, okay, Garth, we get it. You hate superheroes. Stop writing comics about them, please. We understand you hate superheroes and think they're all idiots. We get it. Thank you. Stop. So I read the first 20 issues of that thing, and then by then I was just like, okay, Garth, you hate superheroes. Why am I reading this shit? Because
well, the thing is, it's not so much the comic book; it's his view on it. His view on superheroes. Because if you really think about it, look how many obnoxious assholes you talk to every day online, every single day. Okay, they're behind a keyboard and they push everybody around. They treat you like shit. No, you're showing your face. I'm talking about people that are anonymous people in every single app. Okay, you don't know who they are, and they're dicks and assholes. Okay, and they treat you like shit. And the fact that they can do that is the same thing of being a superhero that's all cocky and thinks he's better than everyone. That's why Homelander to me is a perfect representation of what you'd most likely have if you had people that were superheroes treating everybody with disrespect, because they're better than everyone. Yeah,
but that's the show. If you read the comic, you learn very quickly that Garth Ennis's view of superheroes is that they're all incompetent, degraded, reprehensible, perverts.
Drug addicts.
Yeah. So he doesn't see them as having any capacity of anything good. They're just all shit from the word go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I lose interest in it, because I have a deep respect for the superhero. So when I watch Mystery Men or I watch The Tick, I can see, even though they're making fun of the absurdities of superheroes, they still love superheroes. When I read The Boys, Superman's my number one, man.
Yes, mine too, because Superman was raised to respect life. Because he had two parents that adored him. Basically, they weren't his parents, but the ones who found him, his Aunt May and all them that took care of him. So the thing is that he loved them too. And then when he found out who his real parents were and stuff, he loved them. So the whole difference between Superman and some of these other ones is the fact that he respects life, and everything he does is to protect it. How can you down that? How can anyone not like Superman? I don't know.
So I can explain it to you if you'd like, Janet, but they've all heard me say this before, so I don't know how many of them want to hear me give my Batman Superman conversation again. So maybe we'll save it for later.
Okay, later on in Discord.
Oh, you want to hear it, Curtis? You want to hear it again? All right, here we go. So the biggest problem with Superman.
You couldn't see, but I was thumbs down.
I know you were. I could feel it. But you're going to hear it anyway, nerds. The biggest problem with Superman is no one understands him. That's the first problem. So when you hear people, when I was a teacher, I used to ask my students, okay, who do you prefer, Batman or Superman? And then invariably, 90% of the room, Batman. Okay. And then I would ask the next question, why? Invariably, the next response is going to be, well, he's a self-made man and Superman was just born with his powers. And I go, great. Now, let me explain to you why you're wrong. Superman did not know he was Superman until he was 18 years old. He was Clark Kent. He was raised as a good country boy who was taught values, and the biggest value he was taught was to never show off. Never, ever, ever show people up. Just do everything you have to do to get the job done, but don't try and make other people look bad while you're doing it. He then later finds out that he's actually the last son of Krypton, Kal-El, sent to Earth to lead them, to show them the way, and to bring them into a better world. Or as Jor-El says, they want to be good people. They are capable of it, and they will follow you. They will stumble, they will fall, but they will follow you into the sun. So the whole point of Superman is that he is supposed to be a role model for us. Superman could end crime overnight if he wanted to. Superman could just get rid of all nuclear weapons overnight. He could stop war with his super brain, his supercomputer. He could end all disease. But he understands one simple, basic truth, which is this. If you give it to people, they will not appreciate it. Anything given is neglected. Anything earned is defended. So Superman must provide the role model. Therefore, Superman is a father figure. And in the 70s, father figures went out of style real fucking quick in Western culture, and suddenly Batman, for the first time ever, became more popular than Superman. Why? He's a self-made man. He drives a good car. He kicks people in the ass. He does all this stuff, and people could relate to that. Batman is the cool uncle. Superman is the disapproving father that expects us to do better. Well, we live in a world now where we don't want fathers to tell us to do better. We want uncles to tell us to get the bag. Batman is a revenge fantasy. If Bruce Wayne really wanted to put an end to crime or diminish crime in Gotham, he would not take his millions and millions of dollars and dress up like a 6-foot bat and punch psychotic clowns in the face. He'd open up schools in the poor neighborhoods. He'd create Wayne Tech jobs for poor people to come have something. He'd put free health care all around the city because he would understand that the core root of crime in America tends to be poverty. But instead, he dresses up like a 6-foot bat and punches people in the face. Superman is a role model. We don't want role models anymore. We want them to go away. And that's why Superman is not popular anymore. And it's sad because more than ever, we need Superman far more than we need Batman. But that's how I feel.
That's kind of how I feel about Captain America, because Captain America was my favorite as a kid.
Mm-hmm. And
that's my other favorite.
Iron Man is the one that, to me, that was the bad boy that all the girls wanted, because he had a lot of money. He was never serious. All he ever wanted to do is have a good time. And lots of my friends liked him. But see, I liked Captain America because he had morals. You know, he was in love with a woman, and all he wanted to do was be with her, but he couldn't because she would die. Because we don't know how long he would live. Just like Wolverine. So maybe that's one reason why I liked some of the characters I liked, because they were a tortured soul, and all I wanted to do was hug them and be there for them and try to be the woman to help them feel good when they're with me. I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I'm just saying we all want something in the characters. That's why we love them.
So, Flady, what you're doing is you're not listening to the words I sang and you're interpreting them as something other than what I said. I clearly said Superman understands that anything given is discarded and anything earned is defended. And that is what I said. I did not say giving away things does not have value. I never said that in the heartbeat of what I said. You must always listen to the exact words I say, because I am the person that chooses his words for a reason.
I think he meant the part about Bruce Wayne just giving people schools and hospitals and whatnot.
No, he said the thing about he said literally, you said giving stuff away has no value. And that's my reference to Superman giving us freedom, giving us crime-free world and all that would be discarded because it is not cherished, because it wasn't earned by the people. They would just feel like they were being lorded over by someone who gave them a perfect world. And we've seen through experiments like the Mouse Utopia and stuff like that, if you give people perfection, they will destroy it. But if people earn it, or destroy themselves.
It made me think of politics immediately when you said that, because you have whole neighborhoods that are built and then they put people in them for free. And next thing you know, within 5 years, it's graffiti and trash and holes in the wall, and it turns into a dump. And that's because they don't have to earn anything. Everybody's just given everything. And it happens all the time. That's why my dad
very well
make us work for our money.
Well, the humans do very well with a little bit of challenge and a little bit of adversity. Too much, we can get overwhelmed and then just descend on ourselves, and not enough, we become complacent and self-destructive. But if you give us just a little bit of adversity, we can rise to the challenge. We're very good at that. We're very good at stepping up when needed to be stepping up. Problem with our modern world is, and this is a dark topic for Christmas and we'll move on real quick, is the adversity is starting to outweigh the advantage of fighting it. And that's where we're starting to get now as a society. We're starting to feel overwhelmed by it all. And that's a sad thing, because and that's why I say we need Superman. We need Captain America. We've had enough Iron Man and Batman. Let's get some noble heroes back on our side.
I know in the Spider-Man movie, like the detention video with Captain America there.
I love that video.
It was played off as like a joke, but I'm sitting here going like, no, our society needs this. They need that role model, reminding them of the best parts of themselves. Like, we need that in life. And people were like, ha ha, funny joke. And it's like, but we need this. Like,
yeah, humans aren't really good at dealing with what we need, right? Merry Christmas, Ace of Spades. You got a free membership because TN Tory bought people memberships. I think yours was on that list. So congratulations, man. Yeah, you can't force freedom on people. People have to earn freedom, right? You can't force your culture on people. People want to embrace that culture. So this is the thing, and that's the primary difference between Superman and Batman for me. It's a deep thing.
And even if you
piece of paper. Go ahead, nerds.
So even if you step away from like the philosophical side of it, having Superman take care of all crime is not a healthy, permanent plan for the planet, right?
No,
we need to be able to develop our society and manage it ourselves, rather than, oh, Superman will take care of it. Let's just do whatever we want.
Well, and this is why Batman's villains, if you look at Batman's villains, they're fucking insane, right? They're a psychotic Joker, a horribly scarred split personality, a man who thinks he's a penguin, a person who thinks the riddles, a guy who wants to use fear gas to make everybody hallucinate. And why are they so insane? Because they must be crazier than the guy who dresses up as a 6-foot bat. Because if they weren't crazy, we'd be going, why is this motherfucker dressed up like a 6-foot bat? Then when we go, oh, psychotic clown, yeah, that makes sense. We're good, and that's just the way it is. It's superheroes are a truly American mythology. And like everything else in America, they are a culmination of other ideas that came together and fused into something truly American. And that's why I love superheroes to the end of time. I think they're a great thing. Superman is the one before all, right? He is the one that blazed the path. He is the one that was the first, that he's the one who showed them how to be. So Superman should always be that guy. And I have seen it in role-playing games. When I've run a DC Universe campaign role-playing game and I have Superman show up and go, I need your help. We're going to go do this thing and we have to get it done. All the players are like, absolutely, Soups, we're in. Like, they don't even question it. If I'm running a homegrown game, it's like, Megarion shows up and goes, come on, guys, I need to go do that. Like, who the fuck are you? Fuck you, Megarion. It's like, no, it's Megarion. Everybody loves Megarion. They don't give a shit. But if it's Superman, they're all like, yes, sir, Superman, we're happy to do it for you. It's like, it's just, he is a very important mythological character. You can get into the deeper aspects of it, where he is basically the immigrant story in America, which is a very cool thing. And he's also a Jesus or Moses analog as well. And that's a whole other level of getting into the character at that point in time. But at the base of it all, in the heart of hearts, Superman is good. And we would do a lot better to aspire to be Superman in our lives. Just saying. That's like Spider-Man.
Every girl, I mean, as me, as I have one daughter out of 5 daughters, and I was the middle daughter, and I was the tomboy, and I did everything with my dad. We hunted, we camped, we mowed, we, did all kinds of stuff outside. He taught me how to use a gun, how to fish, how to clean a fish. I looked up at my dad like he was Superman, Yeah. That's how I
girls want to date Batman and marry Superman. That's the difference between the two, right? It's like, that's the difference between the two right there. Because Batman's going to drive the cool car and take them to the great restaurants and do all that good stuff, where Superman's going to go put the house together and plow the field. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference.
Also,
why do they always say that about girls be having daddy issues if that was the case? Because girls tend to always want to go towards someone they look at like their dad or something. That's what I hear. I don't know if that's true or not, but
it's at 53. I can tell you from all my male friends, boys also have mommy issues.
Also, bear in mind, Superman actually married the love of his life. Batman has yet to do that in any timeline.
No, he married Selena Kyle in one timeline.
Did he?
Yep. And they have Huntress as their daughter, Helena Wayne.
I did not know that.
Aha, welcome to the Earth 2 DC channel. I'll be telling you all about the alternate universe DC.
Oh, is it Earth 2? Do I care about Earth 2?
You get the fuck out. You get out. You leave. You fuck off and you die. No.
I only say that because I know nothing about Earth 2. So
Earth 2 was when, in the 50s, when they relaunched the DC universe with the new Flash, the new Green Lantern, all that stuff. They still had Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. So they sort of were like, I don't know, what do we do with all this? And then Gardner Fox did a comic called The Flash of Two Worlds, where Barry Allen was reading comic books about Jay Garrick, and then he winds up transferring through time and space and arriving on a world where Jay Garrick's a real guy, and that became Earth 2. So all the Golden Age adventures happened in Earth 2, and all the new Silver Age Plus stuff was happening on Earth 1. But then in the 70s, Roy Thomas and all these guys brought back Earth 2 and started telling stories about it. And they did the All-Star Squadron, and they had the JSA comics come back. And I love that shit. That's the DC universe for me, right? It's just the way it is. So my Superman has gray temples. You know what I mean? Like, that's my Superman. So I'm quite content with him. Let me just sneeze. Hey, God. Thomas and all these guys brought back Earth 2 and started. Okay, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I know. That was always the joke. Why are they Earth 2 if they're the first one? Yeah, I know. But it's okay. It's fun. If you want to have some fun getting into that type of mentality without getting into the Earth 2, Earth 1 stuff, read Robinson's Starman series. That's really good. Or pick up the Golden Age 4-issue Elseworlds. That is amazing. It's probably one of the best comics I've read since 1985. It's really, really good. But ultimately, everybody has what they love. And as long as you love it, there ain't nothing wrong with it, right? That's the point. It is just what it is. It's just what you love. And that's okay. I never got into the arguments. I never got into the Earth 1's better than Earth 2 and Marvel's better than DC. Like, people have asked me this. Are you a Marvel fan or a DC fan? I'm like, I have to be one or the other. I can't be both.
That's true. Yeah, fair enough.
You know? I prefer Star Trek, but I don't hate Star Wars. I watched Star Wars. So, I watched Bad Batch. I watched Clone Wars. I loved Mandalorian up to a point.
Yeah, same here.
You know.
I really liked Republic Commando. That was a video game, and I really enjoyed it.
There you go. Right. And this is the thing. We just need to understand that it doesn't have to be tribal. We don't have to be tribal about shit all the time. We can actually just enjoy things, and it's okay. Unless you enjoy Star Trek Discovery, and then you're a bad human being, and I don't like you. Because you have no taste.
I only watched the first
I
episode
love
of
Star
it.
Trek.
Yeah, which Star Trek's your favorite, Janet?
The original series, because that's what I watched with my dad. And I always dreamed one day I could maybe join the Federation and, be equal with everyone else as long as I was good at my job, but get to go do things, interesting things. But I like different things about different Star Treks, like I like some things about Second Generation. I like some things about Deep Space Nine. It's just here and there. But I haven't watched the cartoon or any of the newest stuff. I haven't watched any of it because everybody said you won't like it, so don't watch it. It might hurt you. It might hurt your feelings. So I just haven't risked it.
Well, I love the original series. Like, I mean, I came up when there was no other Star Trek but the original series and some movies, right? Mm-hmm. TNG is whatever. There's episodes of it I like. There are episodes of it I don't care for, but overall it's whatever. I love Deep Space Nine. I'm rewatching it right now, and I'm just absolutely just having such a grand time. It is my favorite Star Trek that isn't Star Trek 2, 3, and 4. Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home. That is quintessential Star Trek for me. Voyager, hit or miss, mostly miss. Enterprise, again, hit or miss, mostly miss. Everything after, pure tripe, except for Star Trek Prodigy is really good because it's the only show of the modern batch that understands what Star Trek is about. Hope. That's what Star Trek should always be about, is hope. So it's really good in that regard. Season 3 of Picard was nice because it was like a wrap up of the TNG, so it was kind of nice that they went back to the well for that. And to answer your question, Crafty, I fucking hated Lower Decks when it first came out, and then based on Brian Gaming with ADHD pushing me, I rewatched it and I watched all 4 seasons of it, and now at the end it's not bad, but I still hate the primary character there, Beckett Mariner. I can't stand that fucking character, but overall I don't mind Lower Decks and I'll watch it. There you go. That's my Star Trek.
If you could pick one person, not the actor, but the actual character from one of the shows that you could meet in person and spend the day with them, like eat dinner, hang out with them and stuff, which person out of all of the characters would you want to hang out with?
From all Star Treks everywhere?
Yeah, all of them. From every single thing. You could only pick one. But just the person from the show, not the actors.
Yeah, the character, the actual character. Good question. Who would be the least tiresome would be how I would rate that. Like, who would I like? If I'm gonna spend all day with them, who would I get to the point where it's like, okay, just go away, please, and leave me alone? Dr. McCoy.
Okay.
Sounds like we could get drunk and cause some trouble. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the day would be a really interesting day with him,
Yeah, it was hard for me to decide. But after watching Deep Space Nine and, and little bits here and there, and then really thinking about it, because someone asked me that and I was like, I couldn't think. I couldn't just pick one. But over time, I was like, okay, do I want to be with somebody that I'm going to be dreamy over the whole time, or someone I could actually laugh with, not know what's going to happen next? So I would say Quark. Yeah, I think I could have great fun with that person.
Worf, Quark, and Kirk are off the list immediately because the odds are high I'm going to die if I hang out with them for the day. Because I'll get in the way of one of their enemies, you know what I mean? And I'll just be the red shirt in that scenario. So fuck that. Cisco, interesting. You want him to be your dad? Oh my god, should I start calling you Jake? Should I call you Jakey?
But Cisco's a good man. I mean, he's a very good, strong character.
I agree. He figured out the secret to get rid of Q. Punch him, and then Q goes away and never comes back. It's awesome. Picard, Janeway, they indulged Q's bullshit games. Q kept coming back. Cisco popped him in the jaw, never saw him again. There you go. 15-year-old me wants Tasha Yar. I was into martial arts. 48-year-old me wants to hang with Cisco and still hang out with the actor who played Cisco. I would never want to hang out with Avery Brooks. I've seen him interviewed too many times. That guy is a weird dude. That guy's got some strange thoughts. He's like the anti-Morgan Freeman or something. I swear to God, I saw interviews with him and I'm like, holy shit, he's a good actor because he is a nut bar. Like, he's a weird dude. At least tiresome Morn. Yeah, hang out with Morn all day. That would be awesome. Just oh, the fight's on. Picard didn't have yes men. What are you talking about? Okay, girls, you're both pretty. We'll take you both to the prom. Okay. No fighting in the chat, boys. No nerd wars.
Uh-huh.
No nerd wars. Well, where the hell is Max Boivin? He was supposed to be here. He was like, I'm going to get up, take the dog for the walk, lift some weights, and then I come. And he's now 2 hours later and still no sign of that French bastard. I hope nothing bad happened.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's quiet. Guys, anyone in the chat who has a channel, wants to come on in and hang out for a bit, please come. Like, Bruce, if you want to come in and hang out for a bit, let us know, man. Like, I don't mind. Malachi, if you got your channel set up, let me know, man. Come on, let's do it.
I keep looking at my clock to make sure, because I don't have to go in there and get my stuff.
Nerd shared something. Bears bingo. She made something called. Can you zoom that in? I can't see it, sweetie. Rand, okay, can you send me this, please? I need this. Send me this image, please. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Hates on minis. Oh, nerds.
Oh, Kate, you'd be fun up here. I wish she did have a channel. Sorry, I was reading her comment.
I see that. Nothing wrong. I'll be here soon. He's like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times, he appears.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Nerds, please send me this on Discord. Pretty please.
Sending it now.
Thank you. That's funny. Brushes his beard. You shut up, lady. You're so mean. You're so mean. You would spend the day with Q, Mr. Boivin? Oh, no. Pizza prep. Can't do that. That's right. You're making your crazy pizza. Got it. I have a channel, but just set up the streaming today and it won't be available. Yeah, you got to do the 24 hours thing before you're allowed to have that. That's true, man. That's true.
It's weird because I got approved instantly.
Yeah, but you had your channel for how long?
Oh, I think I started posting stuff in like 2016, I want to say.
Yeah. When you set up a YouTube channel, you cannot live stream for 24 hours.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, when
how
I
do
get
you set up a channel, Janet? Kate wants you to tell her how to set up a channel, Janet.
Okay, when we get on Telegram or on X, we'll have to DM each other, and I'll show you. I'll send you a live, a thing, and invite you to my channel, and I'll show you how to do it from behind the scenes.
Let's go ahead and share this, and we'll zoom in on it. So we got Bears Bingo made by Nerds Nerd. Here you go, guys. Random cat attack, changes Bastard Sword's dice system, talks superheroes. No one asked. Thank you. I'm not going to tell bouncer stories, tells bouncer stories, eyebrow malfunctions. Eyebrow malfunctions?
You have some pretty wicked eyebrow functions sometimes, man.
What the fuck are you talking about? Mr. Max is misogynist, hates on minis, translates for Mr. Max. That's just Quebecois. Imitates Mr. Max, brushes his beard. Free space. Back in radio school, visibly bored. Yeah, that happens too much. Insane hand motion while waiting. Taught over 3,000 students. Uses the dad voice. Connell midget joke. I'm not going to talk Bastard Sword. Talks about Bastard Sword. 20 years in film. Talks Star Trek. No one asked. Stop playing D&D. Tells viewers not to subscribe. Okay, fine. I resemble all of those statements, Nerds Nerd. Thank you. Part of me is honored, and part of me wants to hold your head under the water till the kicking stops, but that's okay.
Exactly what I was going for.
Well, and you succeeded, young lady. You succeeded. That's funny.
I shared something in the private chat for you because someone's asking for it.
Now. Twitter. Oh, Janet's Twitter? Okay, well, I'll share it, Janet, but I'm an anti-Twitter kind of guy.
Well, it's X now. It's extreming.
Oh, well, that changes it completely then.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I can't help it.
So there's no Brian talks about England. Well, no, because it's about me, Baron. Come on. She'll do one. It'll be maybe me talking about Brian talking about England. That could be there. Malachi can't stop laughing. All right. Yuck it up, fuzzballs. Enjoy it while it lasts. at Bear the Gen XGM is now my mission to get a square on that bingo. It's so weird. So weird. I have a Twitter. I never use it. I have no interest in it. I find Twitter just.
I'm on my 4th account. I keep getting banned. So.
Well, what are you getting banned for, Janet?
Well, the other ones were all, I got banned because I did all politics stuff on there and I get pretty mouthy. But now they have spaces. So I just go in there and bitch and moan and say shit. And they don't care about so much about that. But this time I tried to focus on, my comics and my nerd stuff, basically. And then I have at the top, I have my book. I've been reading my book out loud in like small bite-sized pieces on my channel. So I have that bookmarked at the top. So basically that's when I started doing streams so I could read my story.
What do you mean by this? I don't understand what you mean, Mobius. We're all canned as soon as he figures out how. Oh, on YouTube. As soon as I figure out how to ban people on YouTube. Yeah, you're on the fucking list, buddy. No, there's very few people I would ban. It's only the people that come in and cause shit that I would ban. People that come in and just cause fights for no reason or just try and be assholes to people, they can fuck right off. But everybody else is more than welcome.
He's only had to time out like 2 people, and I don't think you've had to ban anyone.
There's only 2 people I ever timed out: L and that Connell Sword guy that was basically accusing, went on Cody's channel and was talking shit on my channel. That guy, yeah, he got the fucking you don't see the channel treatment because
you can block here. You can block people on YouTube?
No, you used to be able to. Now you can do is hide their comments from the channel so they can still interact with your shit, but their comments won't show up. I wish I had a Latina in King.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go check my food. So, but thank you for letting me stop in and say Merry Christmas.
Always a pleasure to have you on, Janet. Feel free.
Maybe after we cram food down our throat and you're, if you're still up, I might jump back in and burp a little bit.
We're running till 8 p.m. Eastern minimum tonight, so you're more than welcome to come back later if you want.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much, and you guys have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
See you, Janet.
Bye, Janet. Everyone. Now back to you, nerd.
Uh-oh.
So you think you're funny, huh?
Yes.
Yes. Baron, are you going to stream to your channel?
Possibly.
Janet's still got us streaming on her stuff. I think I'll remove it because, she's not here, so no point in objecting her fans to us without her, right? So, Janet, if you're watching, I'm going to remove your streams since you're not here, Nothing personal.
Yeah, that feels like an insane level of trust to stream someone else's content, but you're not supervised.
Yeah, I don't want to have her get in any trouble for our bullshit and our shenanigans. So again, nerds.
Tell me one lie on that card.
No, they're not lies, but man, you couldn't have put some nice stuff on there too? Jesus Christ. Bear gives an inspirational speech about how we need to be better. Bear talks about the community. Any of the nice stuff I do, it's just all the shit. Man, I'm sensitive.
So welcome to the internet.
Yeah, well, I was about to say welcome to the internet.
Wow. Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. That's fine. If you've been naughty on Bear the Gen XGM channel, Santa already warned you with coal. Listen, lady, just like people shit on Superman, I'll assume I must be doing something right then. There we go.
I'm going to switch over my laundry real quick. I'll be right back.
You have fun with that. I was blocked by Ginny D and I never interacted with her. I think it's because I follow Legion of Myth or Dungeon of Diversity. What, on Twitter? Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with me brushing my beard. Just because y'all don't got no damn facial hair is no reason to give me shit for brushing my beard. But I wonder what you mean by the eyebrows. Do you mean my eyebrow expressions or that they just go chaotic sometimes? Nerds.
Sorry, ADH kicked in. I forgot I was alive for a moment.
Okay, well, now that we know you're alive, what did you mean about the eyebrow thing? I want to know what that one is.
So 3 times now, I've seen you look up at your eyebrow, see a stray hair, and have to pluck it on stream.
Yeah. And therefore, what's wrong with that?
I've never seen anyone else do that a single time. Therefore, you have eyebrow malfunctions.
I understand now. Okay. Thank you. I can't help it that I have Muppet eyebrows, okay? I was born with them. Nothing I can do about it. Thank you, Carver. I appreciate you saying that the brush's beard isn't a negative one. You're very sweet. Crafty, are you having a fucking second stroke? What the hell was that, man?
I think that was the cat.
Must be the cat. Must be the cat. Yeah. You trust me? That was your first mistake. That was your second mistake.
Yeah, never hug a bear because a bear hugs can hurt.
I say nothing. I need to make a cup of coffee. That means I need to step away from the computer. I need to know that I can trust you guys to actually talk about something while I'm gone making a cup of coffee, because you two are not the most chatty people I get on here.
Palladium, World of Darkness, or Battletech?
You know what? While I'm gone, Battletech your heart out.
Woo! Because I just got some new Battletech stuff.
There we go. Talk about your Battletech stuff. I'm going to make a cup of coffee and be back.
Yeah, I never played Battletech, so I'm minority in this.
Why not?
Never was really into it.
It's a great
just
game.
Not a. See, I mean, I've done minis games. You know, the first one I really got into was the Privateer Press War Machine, and you know, I played that. Of course, I decided I was going to play all Merc, so I lost every single thing I ever played. So yeah, but I had fun.
The audience has rolled over Battletech. They want Palladium instead, apparently. Which house? So I like a lot of the house. The ones I play most are the Lyrans, so House Steiner. And I'm interested in making a Free Worlds League army. But I really like the Draconis Combine and the Capellington Federation. They're excellent villains, and I think it's hilarious that all of the not majorly white nations are the bad guys.
The one I've got, you know, probably going to cut out here, but Beyond the Supernatural, I really want to dig into this a little bit deeper and get into it and see exactly what kind of fun I can come up with that. Because I think that's an interesting genre, and not a lot of people really gravitate toward that. There's not a lot of people that really talk about, you know, like, you know, the Beyond the Supernatural and all that. Usually it's like, oh well, riffs, which is like the 400 pound Sasquatch in the conversation.
Yeah, I looked at Rifts about a month ago, and I was like, it's kind of cool. I like the kind of wacky nature to it. Like, I guess it's called Gonzo style, but it was so much. Like, it's
Yeah,
every faction is this crazy thing that's almost independent of everything else. It's something a little more consistent is probably a better way to kind of step into Palladium.
very true, very true. And yeah, and well, that, and you know, even looking at it, you know, I'd even look at one of, you know, being that Bear's been talking about it so much, is taking a look at the fantasy, you know, because I'm kind of wondering how, you know, just the world building side of it. So give me 1 second. My poor little boy is just barking his head off. So give me one.
Dude.
You were talking about BattleTech earlier.
Yeah, I mentioned up, then a bunch of the chatters threw a fit.
Why would they throw a fit? Hang on.
I'm grossly exaggerating. Someone simply said, "Oh no, I wanted to talk Palladium instead."
Ah, okay.
And since Baron hadn't played BattleTech, I figure it'd be weird to have one person talking about something no one else played and no one else wanted to listen to.
But no, I've been an enjoyer of BattleTech for the last when did I get into it? Like 95, wasn't it? So almost 30 years.
Yeah, I got there, was the 35th anniversary box was my first purchase, right before the Kickstarter for the Clan Invasion, which is when I got really into it.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people got in on that Kickstarter because that was when a lot of the 40K people like started fleeing ship and came over to BattleTech. That was when text got really big. That was when like all the stars aligned for BattleTech and things just kind of exploded from there. Yeah.
Like, the main complaints I heard about it was people saying that the minis and the art was just so outdated. It was like 80s napkin scribbles. And some of them I really love, and I kind of like the original dorkiness to them, but I think updating the art was massive because it's hard to give the game a fair try and want to like it if you can't get past these minis look really bad.
Well, to be fair, they were made in the late 80s when things like Robotech and whatnot were like the name of the game, and they were drawn by people that didn't understand engineering, but they understood like that sort of like 80s anime sort of flair. So they had like these really weird proportions, and some of them just literally looked like goofy, 80s robots. So
Yeah, exactly. The new ones, some people liked them, and they're definitely made for more mass appeal. But I think if we're being honest, overall the design language is much more consistent. I think it's overall a stronger games. I like the way they look. Most of the new releases, I'm like, I always wanted to like that mech, but I couldn't get over how dorky it was. And now
yeah,
it looks awesome. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna care about what happens to it. And when his head explodes from an ammo crit, I'm gonna be very upset.
yeah, absolutely. My only criticism for the modern art is that a lot of the mechs are starting to look very similar to one another, as opposed to things that different manufacturers have created. So, like for example, like if things developed by one manufacturer looked significantly different than another manufacturer, but they both looked realistic enough to work, that would have been my ideal. But but they only had so many artists and 3D designers for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I think you got it right, and that's the ideal. But the amount of workload and overhead you would
yeah,
add, even just researching and confirming which versions of which mech were built by which company and which planets, and then just having a different design team for each one to keep their languages kind of consistent within the factory, you're talking tenfold order of job.
yeah. So this what they have now is basically the happiest medium, I think.
The problem is that when they lost the Robotech stuff, their mechs looked like shit, the ones they designed, and now they're coming back around with some really great designs on the new stuff I see. But there was a period there that was a real dark age for BattleTech on mech design, visually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, all.
As someone who came in, hey, Mr. Max.
Hello, Mr. Lloyd.
So I came into it kind of after that had happened, all settled, right? I got into it, maybe 10 years ago, if that, probably closer to 5. And immediately it was like these unseen and great designs. They're so much better than almost anything else until they started making the re-releases.
Yep.
I want to point something else out, Nerds Nerd. Hungar got a fucking mini, and I got an aggressive bingo card. This is not nice. Man, I'm hurt.
It's all in love, no?
Actually, I think it's hilarious. It's really good. It's really cute.
Yeah.
He's got a space station.
Yeah, but that's different. The space station isn't me. That's my point, lady. No, the space
Put
station.
his face on the space station.
I will stab you in the throat. It will happen.
Hey, I'm just trying to help.
You're not helping.
I'm trying to be one of the good kids again.
Like your parents have told you many times, you're not helping.
Man, Garrett, you're quite ginger without the beanie.
The beanie? Okay, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm talking to him, so he
can. Yeah, that's okay. They need to learn. They need to learn proper terms.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. I think it's Bean.
That's not Beans. Beans is behind me, but that's other Beans. What's that one's name?
It's Pinto.
Pinto?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a type of bean, a pinto
I was
bean.
going to say that is a type of bean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, there was that dark age of BattleTech designs that were just that's what made me give up. By the way, when because I played BattleTech in high school when it first came out, we really liked it, and then all those technical readouts came, and they had the ugliest fucking mechs in them. I'm like, this is shit. I'm not playing this game anymore. Fuck this, and we stopped playing. But now I see they've come back around. They've actually got some really nice designs now, some really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my whole experience with BattleTech is with the video game.
Hey, j'ai oublié à dire, mais joyeux Noël, man. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And the card game, the TCG card game. I never played the miniature game.
Never played it.
No.
Yeah, TCG is kind of its own wild animal.
It was fun though.
It's out of print, obviously, but
yeah,
there's some folks online that still keep it alive through computer programs and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That way you don't have to hunt down all the different cards and whatnot. The computer has all the cards for you. So.
Yeah. And do they make new cards as well? Like I know, like Overpower.
I know.
TCG.
I know some groups like they create their own homebrew cards and they'll go through play testing and heavily curate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame it didn't get more popular than that. But all TCG like from the 90s fucking died, right? Just like only Magic survived. And
there's Connell.
Yu-Gi-Oh survived, but that's because that's for specifically the weeaboos.
Oh yeah, but that didn't reach us. Where was it? Like so. I wasn't aware of it.
I guess Yu-Gi-Oh was like a post 2000s thing. Actually, now that I think about it,
was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh.
The only reason I know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh is because my wife used to work down at the bar doing coat check, and the door guy used to do tournaments. So
really?
that was the only way that I know anything, because he would try to explain it to me, and I'd look at it and go, "That sounds awesome, cool."
I played Magic, I played Legend of the Five Rings, and I played Wildstorms. Those are the only CCGs I played with. And Jihad, and I played Jihad.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only card games I ever played to any degree that were the CCGs. And really, of those four, Magic and Wildstorms were the ones I played the most.
Well, 5R is still around, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still around.
That's one I missed. And that's also like a role-playing game. Like I'd like.
Yeah,
to try.
it's more like a communal story card game than specifically a strict TCG.
Yeah, it's all about the lore and the release and stuff like that. Yeah,
like a lot of the card interactions almost like unfold a story between these two clans and whatnot.
Yeah, I really like the Overpower TCG.
The Marvel one.
Well, they did Marvel, DC, and Image. And even though I was not like a superhero guy, like I just liked the mechanics of the game played, right? It was just like fucking fun. I know that Sean Musing apparently still play. I know like Max Lia was a big fan of Magic the Gathering when it came out.
I heard Max Lia was a big fan of trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards for hand jobs in junior high.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hi Max, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You're talking about card games? I can just leave again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Let's talk about card games.
Oh.
No, I apologize for being fiery with you. I'm just working off some of my anger towards Nerd because she made something awesome that was funny, but was very, very making fun of me. So I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the first time I ever played Magic, they cleared out the room at War Games West in Albuquerque and said, "Hey, get rid of all the BattleTech, get rid of all the D&D, get rid of all the Vampire, et cetera, et cetera. We got this new game we're going to test." And this is like 92, 93, somewhere around there. And they're like, "We want to see if this is going to be a game that the people want to play." And everybody from the age of like 12 to 50 was jumping over themselves. "This is the best thing ever." I'm like, "This is the dumbest POS game I've ever seen in my life. Get it out of here." And I actually was like, "This game will never sell."
Yeah, you were wrong on that.
It's still a crap game.
Well, you were wrong on that one. That's for sure.
Well, people like dumb games. People like World of Warcraft. I mean,
Well,
are you simulcasting this, by the way, Mr. Max?
No, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I still got to call family and so forth. So
okay.
I want to pop in and say hello.
Mr. Max, that's me.
Oh,
listen, moi là, je m'en fous. You know, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I haven't been like simul streaming either. I should.
You should. That was kind of the idea today, right? That we were going to be creator YouTube orphan Christmas. So
he made me simul stream, and I've never streamed before. So.
I made him.
He grabbed you by his arm.
The only people who are allowed in the chat today are creators, and it would be nice if you simul stream just so we can try and bring our communities a little more together. That's all. But if you don't want to, I understand. I won't force you to. Curtis,
I'm pulling up right now.
Here's the way I look at it, Bear. If I'm going to
and
visit
now
a
we're
friend's
live on my
house,
channel as well.
He tells me to take off my shoes and wear a tie. I'm gonna take off my shoes and wear a tie. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's fair. Also, now that we're streaming to Mr. Buevash's channel, we have a 50% increased chance of Stormfront sightings.
And we're not talking about the weather.
Yeah.
Where was that square on the board? Makes fun of Mr. Buevan for being a pseudo-Nazi. Come on, man. Jeez, lady, you missed the street.
I heard you making fun of his misogyny and making fun of his inability to speak English.
That is true. I do that. That's
so you got the trifecta.
Do you want to see this, Max? Do you want to see this awesome, fucking, somewhat insulting thing she made that I actually kind of love?
Wait a moment. I'm actually all tabbed out for a moment.
Okay.
You what?
I don't know how you can alt tab out of a tab, but okay.
All right, get your bingo cards ready. I'm brushing my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. Max Liao is from an era of the military where internet browsers didn't have tabs.
I think everybody in this stream remembers internet browsers without tabs.
I mean, that's fair.
I remember when we didn't.
Not to be contrarian.
Yes.
And I probably had an internet browser without tabs at some point, but I don't recall it.
Okay. So this is what she made. This is the Bears Stream Bingo. So we have random cat attack. We have changes Bastard Swords dice system. Talk superheroes, no one asked. I'm not going to tell bouncer stories. Tells bouncer stories. Eyebrow malfunctions, which is apparently my wild eyebrows. Mr. Max is a misogynist. Hates on minis. Translates for Mr. Max. That's just Quebecois. Imitates Mr. Max. I don't do that ever. Brushes his beard. Free space. Back in radio school. Visibly bored. Intense hand motion while waiting. Taught over 3,000 students. Uses the dad voice. Connell midget joke. I'm not going to talk Bastard Sword. Talks about Bastard Sword. 20 years in film. Talks Star Trek. Nobody asked. Stop playing D&D. Tells viewers not to subscribe. I think she's kind of got it. I think she has a better understanding.
Yeah, I think that's spot on.
I do. Yeah. But here's the thing I know in my heart. She couldn't have done that if she didn't care. So I feel the love.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be taken, I think. Like,
take what you can get.
Right?
Take what you can get. Yeah, it was love. Whatever. Fuck you. Yeah, all right, nerd.
Any attention is better than no attention.
The first step in solving a problem is admitting it, yada, yada.
Yeah, then clearly you failed at that, but that's all right.
Well, I admit to a whole bunch of problems. I just don't care to fix them.
Yeah, exactly. You only take the first step.
Admit your problem, not others' problem.
No, that's just not. I don't have any problems. I'm perfectly happy with who I am.
Justin said earlier that he had
for
played
you, I guess.
Spellfire. Justin, was it any good? I never played Spellfire. I hear some people say it was really good.
As well.
Did you?
It was all right.
It was all right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
I've legit heard people say it was better than Magic, and I'm like, well, that may be, but Magic won.
Yeah, I think it was much more not as deep in the mechanic. So people, if you want just like a simpler game, like it's fast and stuff like that, and still fun, that would hit the spot. But it was not like the same kind of depth that Magic had with the deck building and stuff like that for 13-year-old. But all those games always like pay to win in a sense, right? Just like
yeah, absolutely.
I guess they now have like a format that try to alleviate that a bit, but it is what it is, and that's what I don't like.
So I forgot to ask, what'd you get for Christmas, Mr. Buevay?
I didn't get nothing. Who's gonna make me a gift?
He got baby Jesus.
Well, if someone's time traveling, they can get you that autographed copy of Mein Kampf you've always been wanting.
That's pricey nowadays. No,
that's why you got to have time travel.
He knows. Can't you get it in PDF?
It's really
Well,
cool.
not
There
an
was
instant the
there
same.
was a fantastic SNL gag years ago where they were talking about this bootleg copy of Mein Kampf that they could tell wasn't real, because if you look at the real, you see how Hitler dotted his eyes, and they zoom in and the dot on the eye is a little circle with the mustache. It was like, okay, that's fucking funny. That's really good. What'd you get for Christmas, Max Liao?
I got a steak dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
That's not bad. What kind of steak?
Don't know. Steak.
Is it
Steak.
sirloin? Is it?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife.
Hamburger steak.
Oh, so you haven't had it yet? You're getting it later.
No, I ate it. It was in front
And
of
you
me.
don't know what kind of
I'm
steak.
not a steak connoisseur. I just like it. I know
It's
if
like,
I go
I
to
love
restaurants, I
meat.
get a porterhouse, but
I don't know what to say to that. I honestly,
it's made
have
out
no
of
words.
cow. It's good.
Until you have the liver, that is.
Oh Jesus!
How do you like your steak?
Not medium rare.
Medium rare? All right, it's acceptable. But it's
Yeah, I like mine medium. I'm just a medium kind of
Alright.
person. Yeah, I don't mind medium.
The thing is,
I
they've
don't-
turned medium rare into medium in the States.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's fair then.
Yeah, and it depends a lot on the cut, right? And you get like some really good marbling in a ribeye, and you can't eat that rare because the fat doesn't melt down. You need to go at least medium rare.
Yeah, but it's not.
Do they even
not a-
allow rare anymore? Most restaurants I've gone to don't even allow rare. The medium rare
It's
is like
because they're stupid and they don't understand how things work. It's because of E. coli, right? And E. coli only lives on the surface of beef, which is why you have to cook a hamburger all the way through, because that gets folded in the grinding process. But if you've got a steak, it can only live on the outside of the steak. So when you cook it, it immediately kills the E. coli right away. So you can have rare. But people don't understand shit, and then therefore they make stupid rules.
But it's even like with the getting a pack.
Or they got.
Oh God! Oh
or
no!
or
Xenomorph
they-
returns. Throws that, Chris?
Or they served someone some bad food, and then the person that got sick doesn't know if it was from the steak or from like the vegetables or whatever, or from the potatoes. And we're just like, I'm gonna sue you for giving me food poisoning. And then the restaurant is just like, you know what? We're just not gonna do rare anymore.
well, it's a thing. It's not just one steakhouse. It's a thing. Like everywhere I go, it's like what's the rawest I can get? I just because my real dad used to want raw. Like he'd say, cut the cow and just bring it to me. I like mine at least warm and pink.
Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine. We went out one time, and he's like, "Okay, this is what I want you to tell the chef. Put it on the grill, 15 seconds. Flip it over, 15 seconds. Then bring it to me."
Yeah, it's called blue rare.
Yeah.
That's
For
a
me, I
blue
just
rare
like when the center is like body temperature warm, and then I'm good.
body. That's not
Dude,
creepy at all.
He just goes up to him, just chews off a haunch.
Well, you know, if you take your steak outside like, a long time before and you like let it thaw, you can like eat it like more rare because of that, right? Because or if you sit on it for a while, you know, just like.
Anyone else got the feeling he's got a pit somewhere in his property and it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets
I
the
just
hose?
moved now.
That's why he had to move.
Yeah, exactly. Too many ran out of places to bury the corpses, right?
The Mounties were getting too close.
You overestimate the skill of the RCMP, sir.
Well, you know, they have to practice all this horseback riding, so less time for police work.
less time to hunt down the serial killer of the backwoods.
I always figured they were more like the Swiss Guard, where they're just kind of there to put on a show.
No, it's the real police.
They're still real police. They're still real police.
Mounties are.
You're getting arrested by someone in a Halloween costume. Like
They
come
don't
on.
wear that uniform except on parade formation, sweetie. They dress like cops all the rest of the time of the year.
Like even Americans know that the Mounties have some some sick marksmen in them.
And they always get their man.
I've got friends who are Mounties. A, they don't always get their man, and B, some of them are chuckleheads. But what are you going to do? You know,
Well,
it's
that's
like any
true
other
with
police
every
force.
Yeah, every organization has its chuckleheads, though.
It's too weird.
Anybody else got something cool for Christmas, Baron?
I got
Or
nothing.
did you already do the round?
I was up late last night. Actually, redoing some of, because I did a bunch of like logos for friends of mine about a year and a half ago. So I stayed up and was redoing them for, kind of the new year, kind of like how I've redone mine and everything else, kind of reimagined it and whatnot, and was working on that for them and whatnot. So yeah.
You're not married, are you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you are married, are
You
you?
get children as well. You're married with children too, no?
Yeah. My son's 23.
Yeah. Soon to
He's
be a
married.
grandfather.
Oh God, no. If he is, he's adopting. Because I don't think his husband is going to be able to provide that for me.
Oh, I see,
but that's okay.
They are talking adopting.
Oh Lord. Here we go.
There you go.
I don't know if you heard my wife or not.
We did.
Yeah.
So Crafty, I'll tell you a funny story. My buddy Gertch is an RCMP officer in Vancouver, and one of his first places they had him was in the Richmond branch, and Richmond is a suburb of Vancouver that is 100% Chinese. And he told me two funny stories. He goes, nothing was more annoying than getting this call on the radio. Suspect is a male Asian between the ages of 30 and 50, between 5'2" and 5'5", dark hair. He's like, so I should just arrest everybody I see at this point in time? But I'm like, yeah, that's fair. He said, or he'd pull over a car and some Asian girl would be driving and she'd hand you a driver's license. It's like, is this her? Is this her mother? Is this her aunt? I don't know who this person is. And it's like, yeah, they got it rough out there, man. Trust me. And I feel it. But yeah, no, the RCMP are just cops. They're just cops at the end of the day. And yeah, they are Trudeau's lackeys, but they're whatever the prime minister is. They're the lackeys of Ottawa. That's what they are. Sad to say. 6 markmen always get their man. Yeah, you're just going to softball those in there. What? Shadow, stop. Stop, Shadow, stop. Oh, Grandma, everyone chatting. Chat is happening over on the mainstream. Oh, thank you, Malachi, but that's okay. They can chat there too. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, so there we go. So it's Christmas. We're all fucking tired. I can feel it in everyone. Everyone is tired. I can see it in your faces.
My sugar rush is ending.
Yes. Go get more sugar and try not to be so mean to me today. Bears have feelings too. Just saying. Max, what'd you do this morning?
Me or yeah?
Fuck, just one of you talk. Come on.
I had to call my mom this morning because I couldn't get her last night. Like she was like, I fucking called like at 9. She was already in bed. So like, hey, it's Christmas. Fuck's sake, right? And then after that, I went to walk my dog around the beach again. It's a pretty nice walk, so I like going there. I met the neighbor. That's why I was late. I met the neighbor, and then we chat for a while. She was walking her dog as well.
Quel âge? How old?
I don't know. She's not young. She got like two daughter as well. So
oh, and that'd stop you because
because I'm a narcissist.
Yeah.
She doesn't want a used woman.
Bullshit.
Hey, it's a jump start on those 11 you wanted.
Well, her daughter are a bit too young even for me, so there's that.
Oh, that went creepy. All right.
And then you asked him to start talking, and you're
no, I own that. That's on me. That is on me. And
that's what I did. It's very warm today. It's like 5 degrees. Like
here too.
Insanely warm from.
I was surprised because it's going to hit 50 here in Missouri today, and I was like, wow, on Christmas, holy cow.
Yeah, dude. I went
it's 55 here
with my buddies, and I wore a hoodie. No coat, with a hoodie, and I was fine.
In America temperature, it's 68 here.
Well, in America temperature, it's 41.
Are you in Florida? Isn't that cheating?
No,
Alabama. He's in Alabama.
Alabama, yeah. Still, isn't that cheating?
He's in Tickland.
Not after living the formative years of my life in Minnesota. No, this is a vacation.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Oh, it's a vacation from the summer as well. Because now, it's nice in the winter.
Yeah, but he's got so he traded mosquitoes, black flies, and dragonflies for fucking tick infestations. It's not really a fair trade, right? Like
you probably have ticks. You probably have ticks in Minnesota as well, no?
Alabama is famous for its ticks.
Oh yeah.
There's
Like,
Minnesota ticks and then there's Alabama ticks.
Yeah.
No,
I used to
man,
watch this
fucking
one
hate it.
YouTuber was this guy and he had bought a piece of land in Alabama and his channel was all about how he was building his homestead for him and his wife. And then just one video was him cursing out Alabama ticks for an hour. He's just like, these fucking things are everywhere. It's like, yep.
And it's not like some places where you'll have like a tick that's like the size of your pinky nail. Like Alabama has ticks like the size of your thumb. It's like it's nuts.
Ooh.
Great, I'm
Michael
never going
Chad
outside
asked why
again.
it's
Good
always
job.
dark.
That's it. I live indoors from now on.
Because I mean, I like dragonflies. I like damselflies. You know, at the Minnesota State bird, you know, the mosquito, I don't really like that so much, but it only lasts 3 months out of the year, unlike Florida. So, you know, I can deal with most of that stuff.
Dude, the ones in Florida are so fucking big too.
It's the same in Minnesota. It's just like I said, they last all year in Florida. They don't last all year in Minnesota.
Listen, we have the same kind here that you have in Minnesota. They're good size. They bite you. You go, fuck, you feel it. I got bit by a fucking mosquito in Florida, and I was like, ow, what the fuck was that? And then I saw it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, are they on roids down here? What the fuck? They're South American mosquitoes, I found out. They migrated up from South America, basically, these fucking things.
I missed those when I was in Florida, thank God.
Yeah.
It's probably like the killer bees.
Well,
I haven't met one of them yet.
They're a little hard. They're a little hard to spot when they're like, you know, ping pong sized.
Hey, Mar Hockman, just so you know, TN Tory bought 10 memberships on my channel today, and you got one of them, sir. So if you ever come back over to my side, you're a member for a month for free. So enjoy that. Grandma, I'm not sure if Grandma's making a comment or a joke, but yes. Yes.
And dinosaur mosquitoes are huge. Okay.
Yeah, do they have Lone Star ticks in Alabama? I think they do.
No.
No?
I haven't dealt with ticks here. The only thing I've dealt with here are I saw a beetle when I wish I would have taken a picture of this damn thing. I've never seen anything like it my entire life. The beetle was about a third to half the size of my cell phone. And it was over on its back and it was kicking. Its legs were like as big as my pinky. I said, I'm out.
Yeah, I remember that one, Bruce. That's a fucking terrifying one when they talk about the Montauk thing and how so basically what happens, you guys know Plum Island, Montauk, New York, that whole thing that went on where Lyme disease comes from.
Oh, yeah.
They found out later the American military thought it would be a really good idea to see if they could weaponize ticks.
Yeah.
And one of the species they chose to weaponize was the Lone Star tick, the only aggressive tick in the world that actually hunts its prey as opposed to waiting for it to wander by. And then they released them into the wild, and they've been tracking them, and they're like spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading. They're now almost into Canada. That's how far they've spread now, these fucking things. Yeah, I love that shit, right?
And those are the ones that make you allergic to meat.
Yeah, they may, and that's the thing. The Lone Star tick, if you it doesn't automatically, but you get a chance of becoming allergic to beef.
Same thing with Lyme disease, right? You don't automatically get it, like, but there's a chance that you, and they have to be on you for like, I've been like bitten by ticks a few times, right? Just like where you used to live.
You need to roll a 5 or higher to resist.
On a D4.
Sorry, where is it? That's what I want. June bugs. Who here knows what a June bug is?
Well, I do.
Oh yeah.
God's literally dumbest creature ever.
Yeah, but they're sticky. That's the worst fucking part. They're sticky. So when they hit you, you're like, fuck it, fuck. And you're like fighting to get it off your shirt, your skin, your face. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, if you wear like something light, they stain you.
Yeah, like back when I was still smoking regular cigarettes, I literally watched the same June bug like ram his head against the side of my house, like just for like an hour straight. It was just like, seriously, like the dumbest creatures I have ever seen.
So I have a question for you, Curtis. If that was your entertainment, how the fuck are you not a meth head? Because that's the kind of like, when that's your level of entertainment, crystal meth becomes an option in your town, is what I'm saying. The kids are like, well, fuck it. It's either watch the June bugs or smoke meth. Let's go.
No, I think it's just because I'm easily amused. I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you watch us.
No-see-me's should be dealt with in Florida. What are no-see-me's? I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
I like how we mentioned this, and the chat has come alive with discussion about insects and Nazi fucking experiments, and this is fucking amazing.
Well,
I've taken the temperature of our chat, and I know where it lives now.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying to fucking deal with all those fucking bugs. You know, it's like the outdoor, like people that live in the city, like they see a picture of the outdoors and say like, oh, it seems so nice.
So
I wish I could be there and stuff like that.
Oh, it's so
like,
nice.
yeah, but when you see the picture, you don't get the fucking bug. You don't get all the fucking shit that you have to deal with, right? Just like you live in a cabin there in the wood, like, oh, it looks nice in picture. When you do it for real, there's always like nature is always trying to eat your house, right? It's always trying to, it's a constant struggle. People like have a romanticized view of nature.
Yeah, no, that's true, and that is absolutely true. Because it's the same thing for me. Whenever I see these videos, like these movies where the kids are in the woods or they're at camp, whatever the fuck, and they're not, all, I'm like, that ain't real. That's not real at all. Because I remember going fishing with my dad and being like, "Why is this fun?" Because you spend like you either got so much goddamn deep woods off on you.
I was going to say you didn't bathe in DEET.
Yeah, well, that's what you've either got so much DEET on you can taste it, or you're just like fuck nonstop. You know, like I don't get that.
Yeah, it makes you fucking insane. Like at some point you fucking learn to ignore it. But like fishing is something I never got, to be honest. Like I don't see like, oh, it's fun. Like fishing and even hunting, a lot of hunting, right? You're just like you like I'm just supposed to like stand there and wait in this hidden spot, right? For hours until I can see a deer and then shoot it, right? And during this time I'm not allowed to talk because he was scared the deer away. Like fuck, man, it's just like I'm gonna fucking bored out of my mind. Can I go fucking track something, try to run and catch the? I don't know, man. Just like this type of hunting, I can fucking get. Same thing with fishing. I'm just there on the boat and we don't talk. You're gonna scare the fish. Fuck, I can, just like I'm just gonna fucking buy a fish.
You understand like why modern man fishes and hunts, right? Or at least our father's generation did, and their father's generation did. You know why, right?
To get some quiet.
It wasn't for meat and fish. It was to get away from their wives.
Yeah.
So that's why it's no talking zones. It's like just shut up, just sit here and enjoy the world without having words.
Yeah. Well, like I like it. Like I'd much rather I go on a hike than what I mean. Just like.
Also, a great way to get a lot of meat for the winter.
Yeah, again, when you have a grocery store, you don't worry about that so much. That's is what fair. I'm saying. And I grew up in the country.
Different meat, though.
That's fair.
You get different.
meat. It's great to have some deer every year. I mean, deer is a delicious thing, but I don't need your fucking fish.
It's
Trout's nice and all, but
Mr. Max likes to go after bigger game, so he just goes for hand-to-hand combat with a moose.
Yeah, he goes for bigger game, like single mother.
Yeah, man is the most dangerous game of all.
That was gay.
Someone had to say it.
It's a fucking first blood thing, no?
What dice system does the game of men use, Mr. Max? What's the resolution mechanic?
It's probably D1000.
D9
millimeter. I don't think Bear knows there's actually the game called Men out there.
No, not being gay. I must have missed that one. I'm sorry.
Oh
No.
yeah,
yeah, it's 2D12. It's a D12 system.
Yeah, don't read it. I know some people think it's funny. I got about, I don't know, maybe halfway through it and I couldn't deal with it anymore.
I think it's an entertaining read. It's like you have to not take it too seriously, but it's like
but the jokes get old pretty quickly.
Yeah, but there's always
and then it gets into it dives into Epstein realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that sucked all the air out.
Clearly. Well, fuck, I might as well kill the rest of it and start talking about Star Trek, right?
Go for it.
You did talk about Star Trek already.
You shut your whore mouth and go back to Whore Island where you belong.
Damn.
Jake.
Sure.
Yeah, I've never read Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I've also never had the desire to read Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And also when I heard the name, I went, well, that sounds stupid. Have any of you read and or played Thirsty Sword Lesbians?
No, I know that
this is the panel to ask.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like a roundabout way of advertising for like specifically lesbians to get together with lesbians. So that's why I didn't touch it, because it was like, clearly this is a game meant as like a sort of honey trap for a very specific type of person.
Well, it is honey trap, but he was written by like a trans woman, right? So it's like, anyway, But
I don't delve that far into other people's
They live in the
sexuality.
desert.
no, anyway,
But what is
not to
like, what is
go
the
all
game?
turfy here, but
Have you read it?
no. Victor Gorchev made a character for it on his channel. He had a series like Victor makes a character, and he didn't made it. So if you're like, somewhat curious, you can go look at that.
So is it a serious game, or is it meant to be a comedy sort of spoof?
I think it's serious.
It's an agenda-driven game.
Yeah, it's an agenda-driven game.
Well, then there'll be zero humor in it. Okay, fair enough.
No, it's
Justin.
it's
the only
probably
people on here today are people who have channels and are creators. This is a creator stream, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize if I've had to tell other people they can't be on today because they don't have channels. We've been planning this for over a week. This is what we're doing today. I'm so sorry. So okay, so it's not the new version of Macho Women with Guns, is what you're telling me.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
I mean, Macho Women with Guns actually sounds like it could be fun.
Justin's in the house.
You mean the game, or you mean in real life?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
It looks like Brian got Star Trek for Christmas. Don't know what he got at that Star Trek, but he got.
Oh, you want to see what he got for Christmas? He showed us on my Discord. Hang on, I'll show you what Brian got for Christmas. Since Brian can't seem to be arsed to join us, let's go ahead and show everybody what Brian's family got him for Christmas.
Why you see that? Why I don't see like Brian's coming?
There you go. Look what he got. He got a nice Star Trek shirt with a bunch of ships on it.
Nice.
That's very cool. Very nice. You got the D, you got the Reliant, you got the Stargazer, the Enterprise. That'd be the Grissom, Voyager, and probably the Defiant hiding down here. And he got Lower Decks by, what is this, a comic? What is this? I don't know what this is. But it's got her on it, so it must burn. I agree with your cat.
Sorry.
Someone's going to go.
Yeah, it's my cat. My cat is very vocal. He talks a lot. This Pinto. How do you feel about those Star Trek ship design, like the Federation one with the two like? Oh, fuck, I forgot the name.
Nacelles.
What?
Two nacelles.
No, like the saucer there in the front.
Oh, there's two saucers.
No, there's one saucer, but no, I'm thinking general, like the Enterprise. You know, they all have like the same kind of like. And he was showing this shirt there, and they even like the different version of like those Federation ship. They often have like a similar design, right? With the saucer and then like the engine, I guess. The
warp nacelles.
Yeah. Oh, nacelle. Is that they call nacelle? Oh. That's a weird use of the word nacelle.
I personally, I like the movie version designs the best, but that's me.
But as if we just like talk like general sci-fi, how do you feel about like this ship design? Do you think it's a good one? I've never been a big fan, to be honest. I always thought it kind of looked goofy.
Space, dude. Who cares?
I know, but it's like you're talking about nerd shit, you know, like your favorite, like fucking, like you look at the Battlestar Galactica ship, you know, they have like their own style, and you look at the Yamato, they have like their own style.
Thank you, Michael Chad. Appreciate that very much, sir.
I feel the same way, Max.
I mean,
after watching the series, I've really warmed up to it personally.
Mm-hmm.
So Omanal, Sula, Lacutius, Loki Tech, Chen Sun Chu, Andrew Dustman, Johnny Blades, Brent Nortman, Big Bad RPG, and Jack Klompus all got memberships off of Chad's gift. Thank you, sir. It's very appreciated.
Nice.
I only recognize a couple of those names. I got a lot of lurkers, man. Fun stuff. Oh, thank you, Baron G Rock, for sharing that as well. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I actually have the stream open in another window on mute.
Oh, okay.
Max, listen, I'm not going to talk about Star Trek. I'm just not. Because at the end of the day, it's going to just be that trope that I'm going to avoid for the rest of the day. Because I'm not here to make. I'm not your dancing bear.
But I just wanted to say,
but hang on. There are some sci-fi designs I really like. Like I like the original Battlestar Galactica from the 70s. I love the design of that ship. I love the design of the Vipers. If you pick one sci-fi starfighter, the Viper will always be my favorite. It's beautiful. Second is the Starfighter from Buck Rogers. I love that one too, from that period. Beyond that, dude, there is very few sci-fi that design ships that actually look like they belong in space. Expanse.
Which one did you say before, Buck Rogers?
The Viper, the Colonial Viper.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. I love the Cylon ship. The old
the Raider's beautiful.
The original Raider from '78.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I love the Viper. I mean, when I was a kid, man, the Viper was it. Fuck X-Wings. I was more of a Battlestar Galactica fan than I ever was a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. So what about like the general ship design for Star Wars? I think it's a lot of them are kind of cool,
I personally like the ship from the last Starfighter.
Really the Gunstar's pretty. Look, man, all ships look stupid. What do you want me to say? You know what I mean? They all look stupid because they're designed to go in space, but they make them look like jet fighters, right? As opposed to just bricks with guns on them, which is what they should look like.
Yeah, they did it right, and nobody likes that design.
Who did it right?
Sorry, who did it right?
The Borg cube.
Oh,
yeah. The Borg cube is a perfect example of what it should look like. Bear says I have to simulstream, Max. Really? That's the title of your simulstream? You fucking deuce.
But I don't know, like it doesn't bother me like especially when they do like the small ship and stuff like that, and they say like they expected that they can go with atmosphere somewhat to some extent, like then it makes sense that they look like fucking jet fighter. But for the bigger ship that say always gonna stay in space, I say like make them like look like fucking boat or some shit. That's what I like, like big naval ship, right?
What?
Well, that's why I don't like Forever Yamato, right? Because the whole idea of like a battleship converted into a spaceship. Well, that's dumb. But that's me. I'm just like,
but I agree that it's not. It wouldn't be the most efficient design. Like Nerd said, the Borg would just get it right, just make a fucking big cube because it doesn't matter, right?